Guys, what's going on? Sorry, guys, for being a little late. Had some issues, but here we are. Here we are, man. Guys, this is an absolute joke. Guys, here I dropped the link in the Discord first for anyone who's coming up. Matt, what's up, dude?
Good evening, sir.
What's up, man? Good to see you, guys. I wanted to bring this topic up today because with this whole ICE thing and all this other stuff, we're talking about conservatism, right? And I don't think that we've ever really talked about what conservatism is over here. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get like a firm understanding of what we think conservatism is. I mean, yes, there's different definitions, but I think still like we want to have our understanding over here of what we believe it is. And I think that there's a firm kind of acceptance on our end that all these Tradcon chicks are all feminists, right, Matt?
Yes. Yes.
All of them. Every single one of them are feminists. Whether it's
I would say that Jules is kind of an outlier. But even she, Jewel, sorry, what is her name? The one that you've done a number of live streams with, Pretty Things. Am I using the wrong title? Sorry, you had her on. She had you on a number of panels. She's a big creator.
Oh, Pearly Things. Yeah.
Pearly Thing. Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, some say she is a grifter. I don't know. Like, I don't mind Pearly Things because she doesn't tell men what to do, right? You know what I'm saying? She's not like a Tommy Lahren or a Megyn Kelly or any of them where she's like, men have to do this, or a Lila Rose. You know, she's just putting the data out there and having the conversations. That's two completely different things. Keyshawn, what's up, dude? Laughing man, how you doing? It's good to see you. As usual, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Red Door's here, Bong Hole's here, Steve is here, Mystic Marks, what's up, buddy? Tim Hicks is here. Who am I missing? Snowboard, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up?
Omni's here, Cat Wags is here, Brian Tucker's here, Tom's wonderful, what's up, dude? Steve is here, Colin, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Now, guys, once again, there's some more footage for the Minnesota shooting. They have like the actual like couple minutes up before, so maybe we can look at that too. But yeah, guys, this whole thing's a mess, and I hope I honestly, guys, stop playing games with these absolute dunderheads. Seriously, guys, I'm not playing games. You know, why would anyone go out of their way to jump in their car and go mess with law enforcement, especially federal agents? Why? It makes no sense. Hold on. Damn. All right, guys, let's break some news here real fast, and then we will
move into the definition of conservatism.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's break some news first. Here we go. Here we go, guys.
304 news.
That breaking news, the woman at the center of a terrible crash that claimed 5 lives just learned she'll spend the rest of her life in prison. Thanks for joining us. I'm TJ Eckert. Naomi has the night off. 2 News anchor Aaron Christie's been covering Kiosha Rucker's case from the beginning. She's been in court all afternoon today and joins us now with the developments. Aaron?
TJ, an extremely emotional sentencing for not only the defense, but also the firefighters who took the stand and were a part of that accident in 2024 in front of Patrick Henry. It was a story that really tugged at the heartstrings of a lot of people in our community because so many small children died in that crash, as well as an unborn baby. This was the sentencing phase. Kiosha Rucker has already pleaded no contest to 5 counts of.
Look at that neck. Jesus.
Or lack thereof, right guys?
Well.
Oh my God.
This thing is subhuman. Whatever this
yeah.
is. You guys ever see
Jesus,
that movie
man.
Wrong Way or whatever, where they drive down the friggin' up to the like yokels parts of the mountain to those inbred cannibals who are eating people. This is some Hills Have Eyes stuff.
Manslaughter at this point. Her attorney was arguing that she has never received a ticket in her life. There were questions surrounding how fast was that fire truck going? Did she see the fire truck? Did she have enough time to see the fire truck?
How do you not see a fire
truck? That was
truck?
the reason that they wanted to go through this sentencing phase and bring so many witnesses. They were not seeing eye to eye on her punishment. The state originally wanted her to serve 50 years, and so they wanted to walk through it. Well, since she's been in jail, there were some pretty damning phone calls that the state brought forward, including one where she said, "Hell no, when I get out, I'm going to smoke a blunt." She had already pleaded no contest to driving while under the influence. There was a blunt inside the car. The judge agreed with the state that because of that
smoking blunts
phone call and because of the way that she has acted, he had a lot of anger and she did not show
Ohio, Oklahoma, Florida
any remorse. So the state during this sentencing said they think that she needed 5 life sentences, while her attorney said she's never even had a ticket. She pleaded no contest. That is showing that she's accountable. They didn't buy it. So in the end, the judge said she does need to spend those 5 life sentences, 1 to 4 concurrently, the last one consecutive, and 1 year for that 6th charge. I haven't done all the math on this. She will spend at least 40 years without parole, if not many more. We'll have more at 10 o'clock. We've talked to the DA, but this...
Guys, how do you feel about that punishment, guys?
How many children died?
I think it was like 3, I think. I forget.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was she driving them around? I don't
know. Here you go, guys. Let's do this.
Yeah, where did she learn how to drive? Kenosha, Wisconsin. Dara Brooks Jr. Driving School.
Who's the artist who is blind?
Well, Texas A&M University.
Oh, Ray Charles.
Yeah, Ray Charles Driving School.
Yeah.
Helen Keller Driving School.
Let's go history. There's a couple more stories, guys, and then we'll get in this topic. Guys, we gotta jump in this. Well, guys, watch.
I lost my retirement plan because of him, and I don't let this happen.
Let's go, man! Accused of stealing millions from women across Tennessee. Let's go, guys. He's not the hero we
Live,
want.
laugh, love, you 304.
He's the hero we all need, guys.
Yeah.
Look at that Canadian Spider-Man. What's going on? What's up, man? It's good to see you, man.
It's an embarrassing thing.
Tonight, a woman claims to be out nearly $2 million.
Whoa!
Alleged victim of a man at the center of a multi-theft case across the state of Tennessee. Good evening and welcome to News 2 Now at 10.
Super nug right there, guys.
I thought this was going to be a white guy's crime.
Yeah, because I don't feel bad for him.
Oh,
I don't. Because how much money do chicks fleece from dudes every single night?
That chick.
I'm doing a video of snowboard on a guy. He's a TikTok, YouTube kind of pickup artist guy, and he films himself like interacting with chicks. But these two chicks come up to him where he's at the bar, and they're like expecting him to buy them drinks. He's like, no, and they're like being all like pissed off because he won't buy them lemon drops. He's like, no, I just drink my drink. So I'm doing a video on that. He's like, it's a total grift, guys. He's like, don't ever let these random chicks come up to you. Oh my God, you're so cute. Buy us a drink. And there's all these simps. Duh, okay. Duh, I'll buy you and your friend drinks. Duh. Please. Come on.
I'm Bob Newman.
Oh!
And I'm Haley Wilgus. News 2's Kelly Milan has been reviewing the records and spoke with a woman who says her life was...
Yeah, Blondie
she's hot.
Have some tatas, man. How you doing, Ryla?
Turned upside down.
A woman in Nashville filed a lawsuit against Daniel Raynell Martin after she put more than $300,000 in personal cash and credit based on what she says were false representation. The judge ultimately ruled Martin to pay more than $1 million. According to multiple women who spoke to News 2, they describe a similar pattern, saying Martin would get close with them and then ask to start a business, later telling them to just trust me, I know what I'm doing. Later, what goes around comes around. News 2 spoke with Jessica Reynolds, who says she entered into both a personal and professional relationship with Martin. One, she says, ended with staggering financial consequences.
He had me in like $2 million in debt at the time.
Reynolds says over a span of 5 years, Martin persuaded her to purchase 8 properties, all in her name. He promised repayment and profitable home renovations. She says neither came to pass.
I'm a real estate agent. I know that I'm a smart woman. You question how you let
That's a lie.
Real estate agents are 304s who are not smart.
Yeah,
she was a bottle service.
Guys,
girl.
this picture must have been taken a long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah.
Hey guys, these types of nugs with the green eyes, dude, they clean up, dude, straight up. It's crazy, man.
Is not alone. News 2 found court documents show Martin has been indicted by grand juries in at least 3 different Tennessee counties.
Look at that.
Nice. AJ, I don't think your sound effects are working properly.
Oh, really?
They sound.
Yeah, they're a little bit low.
But I would say it's like 70% of the sound that it normally is.
Hold on, guys. Let me check my settings here. That's good. That's good. Oh.
So it is working, but the volume.
How's that? Better?
Like 70%. Try it
How's
again.
That? Let me try this. How is this?
No,
about the same.
Really muted for me.
That's so weird. Here, let me do this, guys. Audio. Oh, sorry, guys. It switched again. I don't know why it did that.
It's all right. I'm just letting you know.
Let me turn the sound down. I don't want to blow your ears out. How about this? Better?
Perfect.
Definitely works.
Yeah. For some reason, StreamYard switched back to my headset mic and not the regular mic. So sorry, guys.
All separate cases. In Franklin County, a 2024 grand jury indictment alleges Martin unlawfully obtained between $60,000 to $250,000 in U.S. currency from an elderly woman. In Moore County, a separate indictment accuses Martin of theft involving construction-related materials valued between $10,000 and $60,000. And in Marshall County, a grand jury returned multiple felony counts alleging the fraudulent use of a credit card or debit card, transactions totaling between $2,500 and $10,000.
It's a lot of money. I've worked my butt off since I was 15 years old. I've juggled 2 and 3 jobs. I lost my retirement plan because of him.
Reynolds says he is free, still out there, worried another woman is going to have to go through the pain she did.
When does it stop? He's still
hopefully never, right? Yeah. Right, guys. Because you guys know that if the genders were swapped, seriously, no one We'll be saying
preying on
anything.
women
Yeah.
now.
Bob and Haley, we tried reaching out to Daniel
Damn.
Reynolds Martin
Yes, you can
himself,
get it
but
too.
did not receive a response at this time. Reynolds says she is now working with an attorney and plans
You're
to
not getting shit back. All right, guys, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we
Wait,
go.
wait.
Here we go.
AJ. Can I get a city boy? City boys.
Yeah, we already played it. Here. But I'll do it again. Here we go. Here we go.
City boy.
Guys, here you go. Watch.
St. Louis firefighters waited years for promotions they say they earned while doing the job without the increased pay.
Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes has been tracking the controversy for years, which recently led to a groundbreaking ruling.
A St. Louis Circuit Court judge alleges City Hall may have acted recklessly in blocking firefighter promotions. Employees like Lacole McKinney and Jessica Jackson, who Fox 2 told you about back in March.
Oh, that's the only poll she'll be working.
Can you guys
I mean,
imagine?
it's not.
Imagine, guys, that friggin' you're in a fire or there's something wrong. And you call and these two dunderheads show up. Guys, how cooked are you, guys? How cooked are you that these two knuckleheads are going to show up and have to pull you out of a house or anything? It's over 9,000. Come on.
Cole McKinney and Jessica Jackson, who Fox 2 told you about back in March 2023, were lauded by their city for their accomplishments, but denied promotions their chief said they earned.
They deserve to be promoted.
Here's another 17 firefighters who stood together during a public safety Zoom meeting in 2022, also denied. Fox 2 was at the July 2025 trial to finally settle the controversy that began more than a decade ago with disputes over whether the testing was racially equitable. A new test was designed, but the city still would not promote. Dan Eveland passed both.
This is a safety issue for not only the firefighters, but also the citizens.
Eveland filed the
He's
suit
right.
along with dozens of other colleagues, leading to a decision that came down New Year's Eve, saying in part, there is sufficient evidence that defendants engaged in intentional and reckless conduct by unlawfully halting promotions.
Now, guys, the reason why I brought this up is, do you think that if this was two white dudes spearheading this, that this would have gone anywhere?
No.
Exactly.
This will clear the log jam. This will affect up to 50 firefighters.
The ruling by Judge Joseph P. White could not only cost the city millions of dollars, but the judge indicated that his final judgment may also include the city picking up the plaintiff's attorney's fees.
It'll bring normalcy back. It'll bring morale back.
Neither City Hall nor the firefighters' attorneys are yet commenting as they answer the judge's final questions due January 15th, which includes a calculation of back pay and answers about how long each firefighter has been denied what they earned. For the Fox Files, I'm Chris Hayes.
Last story here. You guys remember that one guy that was with his dad's ex that used to do corn and then
Yes,
killed
yeah.
someone? You guys remember that? Well, here, guys, here's the sentence right here.
The killer that ended Jonathan's life needs to be put away forever.
An emotional day in court as a judge sentences a former adult film star convicted of killing and decapitating her ex-husband to decades in prison. 47-year-old Devin Michaels will serve at least 28 years for that murder inside a Henderson home.
Our 8 News Now investigators, the only local station covering her.
At least 28 years. Guys, do you guys think that punishment's fair?
No.
28 years for murder?
Yeah.
No,
One.
a beheading.
Yeah.
Well,
Beheading.
but that was the result. Well, obviously, yeah. Well, guess she should have got life without the possibility of parole.
Yeah.
Well, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
But we're talking ideals here.
Yeah.
Her trial from start to end. David Charnes in court again today for this final chapter.
Deliver what the family is hoping for.
The family of the man 47-year-old Devin Michaels killed and beheaded could barely hear her in court before a judge sent her to prison for decades. Michaels killed 46-year-old Jonathan Willett inside his Henderson home in 2023, a jury finding her guilty of first-degree murder after a 2-week trial.
We cannot bring Jonathan back. God has gained an angel in heaven. We believe he is watching over us and the girls.
2 girls who Jonathan Willette's father and stepmother are now raising.
I ask today for justice for our family, especially the girls, because we have been sentenced for life with this tragedy.
A tragedy prosecutors believe involved a custody battle, though they say Jonathan Willette, who had custody, allowed his children to live with Michaels anyway. Days after the murder, but before her arrest for it, this video the 80s investigators obtained shows her in a different courtroom on a child abuse charge.
Wow.
She's using a different name, and she told the judge this.
Everyone I've spoken to say I'm not an abusive person and they don't feel there's any
Yeah, you just cut his head off.
risk for me to abuse her or would ever do this again.
Her girls are going to die with the knowledge that she killed their father.
Jonathan Willette's family happy with the sentence of 28 years to life.
Well, you're a fool. How about that?
That's where she should be. You know, if you take somebody's life, you shouldn't be out running around.
What were you saying?
Do you remember the son got with this girl? He should have been Simp of the Year, hands down.
Now, guys, let's get into the topic here, and I'm gonna drop the link, guys. Anyone who's coming up, guys, we have a 6-panel member limit. So, guys, we already have 3 people on the panel. Guys, once again, during the week, Monday through Friday, guys, I'll be going live every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, guys, make sure that you tune in then. If you guys want to join the Discord, guys, email me and I will email me your name on YouTube and a little bit about your story, and I'll let you in. And yeah, guys. So, guys, conservative, according to Google, refers to political and social philosophy that favors the preservation of established customs, institutions, and traditional values while opposing sudden or radical change. And here are the tenets. So traditions and customs emphasizes the importance of inherited customs, social norms, and established institutions as a basis for a stable society. Limited government, ding, 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 right? Advocates for restricting the size and scope of the federal government, often promoting individualism, yes, property rights, yes, and lower taxes, exactamundo. Someone says personal responsibility, exactly.
How about accountability?
Stresses individual accountability, self-reliance rather than reliance on extensive government social programs. Now, guys, I want to
That's the biggest factor right there.
Add to this and say not just personal responsibility, but your family, friends, your network. You don't ask the government for things. You create that quote unquote village. Like you have a strong family that you can rely on and not the government. You have a strong neighborhood. You have a strong community. So you don't need the government. That's how, Ethiopians, Nigerians, Chinese, Koreans, that's how Indians, that's how they're so successful, It's because they have these, people always joke about like how the legal Hispanics who come here, they have like 15 people living in one house. Well, they're all living in one house, saving money, and then they'll all save up and buy another house or start a business, right? They're relying on each other and not the government, Prudence and gradual change. Now, and guys, this is something that I want everyone who chimes in to talk about, because up here, you guys notice how it says opposing sudden and radical change, but not change, period. You notice that? You notice that?
Right. It's incremental change.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a great quick thing that I'll say. New Hampshire, my state, and this is going to be like a thing that's a progressive change in a way, but a change I think conservatives would like, and it's a good example that'll fit this. They're going to bring back like forced hard labor if you did very bad crimes, and I think that's cool, and that's an example of a change that I think fits into that. So it's a change, but it's you know what I mean? It's not flipping the script of something.
Yeah, yeah. Or even things like for instance, you know, there's nothing wrong with women going to college, right? As more and more sectors need more people, it might be okay to let women in, but just push them in so quickly en masse and doubling the workforce, you're screwing people over, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. So okay. Tend to be cautious and moderate in their approach, preferring gradual reform over sweeping innovations and often emphasizing a conservative estimate that is lower than the actual amount. And strong national defense. This supports a robust military and foreign policy focused on national interests, right? So, guys, we'll start with Matt, Snowboard, and Seagrip. Give me your kind of idea of conservatism, pros, cons, and then like talk about all these conservative quote unquote chicks that are in there, the Lila Rose and all these other knuckleheads. So go for it,
Okay.
Matt.
So I'm gonna let some the other people on the panel talk about some of the more easy pickings. I'm gonna go after something that's a little bit harder on the list. An understanding of human imperfection and human nature. And this means that they understand what an incentive, like a functional approach to behavior intervention, that would be like law enforcement, for example. They understand the human animal, so to speak, and how it's not perfect. But they understand how we can be both rational and irrational. And that we're prone to selfishness, and how to work within that, how to use that to their advantage. If you take a look at any of the socialist or left-wing platforms, when they talk about social change or the social programs that they want to enact, they have a good intention, but they go about it by incentivizing all of the wrong behavior. Conservatives don't do that. Conservatives incentivize people to achieve. Whereas you will see the government first approach is they're incentivizing people to get on things like welfare, Section 8, and the government assistance, so that they can then wield influence over those people and turn them into captive voters, in so to say. Then they have influence over their lives. You're kind of on their plantation, because they control that money that comes out of the government. And so I think that conservative position is to eliminate government and the daily lives of people as much as humanly possible. And I would say that that's a good, strong starting point, because we understand that the more government that you bring in inherently into people's lives, the more they learn to rely on it, almost like they become dependent on it.
Yeah.
And strong people move away from things that they're dependent on.
That's true. Snowboard.
Yeah, I'd say outside of the political realm, someone who's conservative will look for a more traditional, time-tested solution to a problem. Oftentimes, that's hard work, sacrifice, discipline. Also, they want, that goes hand in hand with small government. If you have those things going for it, you don't want some government busybody telling you really how to live, because you're saying I'm not having a problem living here. I'm doing just fine. But yeah, I'd say it's more of a mindset. Traditionally, it is linked with religion, which can be a good thing, but often a bad selling point, because they view it as maybe very Catholic and guilt related, or very, very like fire and brimstone. You must do it this way or you're bad. And I think that scares some people away, younger people and women, because they think it's too black and white with certain things. And conservatives sometimes can be very black and white with things, and that can hurt them sometimes. But if you get too much of a gray area, that's where a lot of the progressive and liberalism comes in. I think also to be conservative in general means higher level of responsibility. For example, like gun ownership. That kind of goes a little bit more with being a conservative, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And in order, to own a firearm and keep it at home and even just handling it, you don't want to be pointing it at something you don't want to destroy and whatnot. And you need to also be aware of your local laws and stuff. Like for me, I can't just take that and drive down to Massachusetts. It's a problem.
Yeah.
So there's a higher level of responsibility with a lot of these things.
Well, and a higher level of trust too.
Yeah, that's true. A higher level of trust as well.
Yeah.
And you might also need to have a higher level of awareness in some cases, maybe for that too. And I'm not really sure, but I'd say someone who can be a conservative sometime, maybe once was kind of a liberal and gets a little it's very easy to have grandiose ideas and be like that Mondami guy, and you can, all those things are really seem good, but then you end up looking at the results and it's just we're not really ready to have like a utopia where you can just do wherever you want.
Well, Snowboard, I would go past that and say that it's impossible to have a utopia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, utopia is like zero or infinity. You guys know how zero is not real? It's a concept that's used to calculate things, whatever. And infinity is not real. You can't point to infinity. Infinity is a concept, but we have to have it in order to calculate things. Utopia can never be achieved. It's a concept, but the best part about it is you can strive towards it to make society better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, everyone has a different, I'd say, interpretation of what a utopia is.
Yes.
How can you please everyone?
Yeah.
You literally have to plug them into the matrix. Like,
But you remember that in the Matrix, the architect has said that the first versions of the Matrix was utopia, and it crashed and burned. It didn't work
because we couldn't accept it.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because public policy is my background. Guys, when you make policy, you have to understand that the goal of public policy is to please as many people as possible, right? That's the goal. Guys, you are never going to be able to please everyone. Think of this.
Yeah.
Guys, when they fricasseed Ted Bundy, right? The majority of Americans were happy. But Ted Bundy's family wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They were, even though he was a piece of trash, that was their brother, son, nephew, or whatever, and they weren't happy. There's no way in any given situation that you're going to please everyone. Your job as an administrator, as a policymaker, is to please as many people as possible. That's it. It might be 60%. It might be 50%. It might be 70%. But there's no way that you could ever appease 100% of people. That's just how it works. So
for sure.
Yeah, and I think one of the aspects that you guys haven't touched on was the cultural aspect, and one of the ways to move ahead on things is to incrementally improve the things that are broken, but not to like wholesale throw out everything and start from scratch. When I was younger, I was like, burn everything down, let's rebuild it kind of thing. As I get older, I'm like, oh, let's build something off on the side where nobody cares. It's a little bit of a different philosophy.
Also, if you work really hard to get stuff, you don't want to ever just give it away or burn it down. You know what I'm saying? It's like people who don't have anything, they don't have anything to risk or anything to lose. So they're always the ones, running their mouth. This is like the same with women and violence. Women sure do want to call their boyfriend or their brother or whatever to come fight some dude, not knowing that he can get killed.
Yeah, let me just say the last point, then it can go on to and down the line. Basically, this is kind of what a conservative is. They either through learned behavior or they're just conditioned this way. They're not overly reactionary. Like looking at the cough. Some people like, oh my God, you got to give everyone the shot, and we need to shut this down, and they a little bit too emotional reaction. Where someone who's conservative can say, like, hey, let's not have quite a emotional reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Let's examine it and not really go over the top. If you go over the top, you can't go back. If you don't go over the top, you can always do a little bit more. And that's kind of a little bit of like what it can mean to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean there. I think too, like that's part of it is the tie to seeing things proved out. So like you've got all these economic theories, for example, that have been around for hundreds of years. Certain ones have been proven out to be successful for certain types of people or certain economies or places. And then other ones that are like experimental. Well, you might just try that in a small scale somewhere, in a cooperative somewhere, and it might work fine, but not scale up anywhere.
Yeah,
and that's part of what the conservative idea is, to building upon the successes of the past and not just jettisoning things because you can or because you're pissed off one year.
On your period.
But that's what
it's kind of true, though. That's actually what I was trying to say.
Of puberty blockers.
But to your point, AJ, that when you've got skin in the game, you care about it, and people who have multiple generational stability in like a family line or in a certain region or an area care more about how things were done in the past, because that's what got them to where they are today.
Yeah.
So many people are just disconnected from that whole concept. So it's like a free for all. Oh, how do I want the world to work? Oh, I think I'll tell everybody.
Conservatism is linked with preservation.
But here's the thing, guys,
and tradition.
Isn't it crazy?
Hell yeah.
That you always see these like rich people's kids, and it's usually their daughters. They're like, oh yeah, man, like that stupid broad. Guys, put a 1 if you've seen that stupid chick that
was in the housing authority in New York City.
Yeah, for mom Dami, and she's like, we're gonna get rid of private property and communism. And then her mom owns like a $1.4 million property. Her dad owns like a $900,000 house and like a bunch of rental properties.
But that's all of these communists. They're all they're all extremely privileged kids that grew up in a great deal of wealth. They've never really experienced hardship or have never had to work for anything, and that's why these ideas, that's why they seem sensible.
Well, they're Trustafarians.
Burning Man 304.
Yeah.
Well, and what I wanted to say before about conservatism and its connection with our system of government is like a very conservative belief is believing in the laboratories of democracy, which is states' rights. Where you were talking about like that idea, the tried and true ideas being adopted at the federal level, the states are the laboratories of democracy. That's where people in these individual states can choose to adopt a somewhat crazy idea and see how it pans out. Instead of trying one of those.
Canada,
right.
In Canada, the UK, where they're cooked.
Like how my state might do the forced labor. We're just trying that, but that's good. That's diversity.
This is why the best approaches to government is always try to keep as many things as local as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
That should always be that's a unifying conservative belief is you keep as many of these issues in the hands of local voters as possible. You can get it down to the county or the
policies should trickle up.
Right. Successful policy.
You know what's interesting on that one? I've seen the inversion where it's not necessarily like it looks like it's not a top-down idea, but it's all of a sudden all the municipalities in the state all suddenly adopted a certain thing, and you realize they all met at a convention, and some guest speaker from something convinced them all, you all need to do this certain thing, and then they go back and they implement it, and the constituents don't know where the hell the idea came from. They didn't even know anything about it. But so it's kind of there's subversive top-down stuff that happens,
guys,
and that's really anti-conservative.
Here's a quote. It says, "Tradition is a set of solutions of which we have forgotten the problems. You throw away the solution and you get the problems back. You guys, you agree with that?
Exactly.
Can you say that one more time, please?
Tradition is a set of solutions for which we have forgotten the problems. Throw away the solution and you get the problem back.
That's pretty good.
And that's what's going on. Guys, who did that the most? Who's to blame for all of this? What generation?
Boomers.
The boomers.
Thank you very, very, very
Woodstock
very much.
304s. Now they say, I'm a Reagan conservative now.
Yeah. Guys, boomers, this is all their fault.
Yep.
They're
Just
the
stop
ones.
buying Starbucks, guys. You can afford a home.
You can
No, seriously. Guys, you guys listened to this channel like a year and a half ago. I didn't actually. I thought that this is just passe. It's cliche. It's just crap on the boomers. And then you actually realize, guys, the post-war boom, that 25 years from like 1950 to like 1975, is the biggest economic boom in human history.
Dude, the US must have been like a paradise, man.
It's Reaganomics.
Everyone just driving giant, ridiculous cars.
Yeah, 27-foot, 30-foot cars.
Yeah, hamburger shops on every corner.
Yeah,
malt shops.
Even in the segregated areas in like the South, like people were living pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like things were cheap. You had black doctors, black lawyers, you had Hispanic lawyers, and their neighborhoods, Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? There was black suburbs and black areas. There was one income household. It was crazy. Like then for some reason, their kids thought, oh, whatever got us here and got us through two world wars, A cough. Hold on. A cough in 1918. A Korean War. Oh, all that should just go out the window. Come on.
You've been had.
Lightweight.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Come on. What a joke.
And that's one good thing that when T-Man came out, you could see some of that generation take the side against him, and quite often the true colors came out pretty fast with how much really they didn't really care about the next couple of generations.
Omni, if I could talk to you quick because you're the resident Canadian. I mean, Anonymous is he's cosplaying as a Canadian.
Yeah.
We're not sure yet on him.
Yeah,
we're giving him a chance.
All right. Can you explain to us the difference between the Canadian like conservatives and liberals? Because I know that like you guys as conservatives are still kind of like liberal compared to
Yeah. Well, I mean, here first of all, it's an extreme urban-rural split, and then an extreme east-west split. So, one province, two provinces make up the federal elections. But the idea that of conservatism has to get rediscussed every like 5 to 10 years, where they have to like reinvent themselves and make a coalition of different center-right parties to get anything done. Any hardcore stuff or even medium stuff is too controversial because they end up on the defense still all the time because of racist and stuff like this. You just can't so 10 years ago, one guy was running. He had a great platform on controlling immigration and financial management and stuff. Got totally destroyed. Didn't get elected. Lost his seat and all these things. But 10 years later, now we can talk about immigration. But back then, he was a racist for even bringing it up.
Yeah, there's that Canadian, suicidal empathy. You guys know what they call it?
That's a really it exists.
Self-deletion empathy.
It does. It exists.
Yeah.
But you can't because of the ultra polite kind of culture. You could say until the gloves come off on one side, then it's not polite anymore.
It's the fake niceness.
Yeah.
Fake niceness. Like, so sorry to sound brutal against Canadian people. It's like, honestly, I prefer it when people tell me I'm a dick to my face than do what like Canadians do, where it's just like, oh no, yeah, it's all good, and then talk shit about you behind your back.
Yeah. Well,
Missing
your
Marks-
visa application's
Guys,
being
hold on.
reviewed after that thing.
Hold on, wait, guys, hold on. Wait. Missing Mark says that the Industrial Revolution evolved modern slavery and it skyrises whole history. Sorry, that. See, I agree, but then again, I don't. Because, guys, there's still slavery going on, like in Africa and the Middle East. And then there's actually slaves building high rises in Dubai right now that are actual slaves. Guys, the whole like kind of Fight Club wage slave thing, that's a choice. That's a choice. Guys, you have a choice. I understand that it's hard to understand because we get put in these mental boxes, kind of like you guys see how they say that an elephant you put a stake in a ground with like a rope and you put it around its leg. It's been trained for so long to not pull on the rope that it thinks it's trapped, even though it can just pull it out. So it's mental conditioning, yes. But guys, the whole corporate drone wage slave thing, guys, there are people, more and more guys every day that are quitting their jobs, becoming self-employed, getting trades, moving to other places, doing different things, and just not doing the wage slave thing. And the reason why we're doing that, you guys know why, is because guess what? We don't have to get married at age 18 and have kids anymore.
That's fair.
From 1980 to about 2010. That's when you saw these guys. They were still doing that old school, marry your high school sweetheart, get married, have kids, whatever, and work some soul crushing job that you can't stand. Right? You end up like homeboy on Fight Club where he's on his couch and he can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? And like listen to some crazy wife. Because that's the best part about this feminist experiment. It blew up in their face because us guys, we have more freedom now than ever.
Yeah.
Guys,
we can send feet pics too.
But guys, right now, guys, let's talk to the people listening here. Guys, it has never been cheaper to be a bachelor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back in the day, you used to have Hugh Hefner money to be a bachelor. You Bruce Wayne money to be a bachelor. Now, guys, you make $60K a year, live in a cheap place, have a nice small place and an older truck, and you can do whatever the hell you want. Guys, you used to have to worry about your job because you had mouths to feed, and the societal expectation that you were a total piece of trash if you weren't married and have 3 kids by the time you're 25. That's not a thing, guys. Try it.
Risks, you were irresponsible.
Yes, take risks, guys. Quit your job with a emergency fund, but get a new job first, and then quit. Switch career fields. Go to trade school. Do something. Yes, you can take risks. Find your if there's something that you want to do. There's probably someone out there that you can meet and learn from them to learn how to make a living at it.
Hey, Jay, pitch the Discord for that too. Like, come in, pitch your ideas. There's lots of smart people in there ready to share.
Yeah. Speaking of that, guys, here, can you let me see. Guys, go and follow Matt on Twitter. Man, hold on. Let me pull up Matt's Twitter here.
Oh, for his articles.
Yeah.
I'll put my Twitter handle in the
private chat. Yeah, because
I
can't spell your last name, man.
Of course you can.
I type it wrong like 10 times. But yeah, guys, go and follow Matt on Twitter, please. And then, guys, please, like, if your job is just wrecking your entire soul, guys, get yourself a new skill. You know what I'm saying? Do something different. There's nothing wrong with that. If you fail, your old job is not gonna change. It'll always be there. Guys, please go to Matt's Twitter and drop him a follow on Twitter.
Cool. I don't have Twitter, but it looks pretty cool.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, hint, wink, wink. Matt's gonna be starting up a channel soon, guys. I'll let you know when he does. You know, and we'll have to show him some support. You know, Snowboard's gonna start a channel here soon. You know, we'll have to show him some support, guys. Once again, there's a new crop of guys coming up in this space, right? You guys, because we always say all the pickup artists, all the did I not put? Sorry, guys. There it is. All the pickup artists, all the I'm selling courses, all the I'm gonna get you rich so you can buy a Lambo clowns. They're all gone, guys. They're all gone. They're all out of here. Yeah. Now you have a group of guys that encourage free thought. You know what I'm saying? You know, good values. You know, bettering yourself, exchanging ideas, and having a good time laughing at all this foolishness. You know. So guys, make sure that you sub to their channels once they get up and going. All right. But yeah. So
thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I have one caveat to say about you just said those guys who have the quick get rich quick whatever that is.
Scheme.
I can't just say it. Yeah, the scheme. Yeah. That is also something that's not conservative. Conservatism is usually like provide value. Oftentimes that's traditional jobs and services. Does not mean you can't be an entrepreneur at all. Yeah. I think a lot of these tech people and stuff don't like conservatism because they feel it's too confined. They don't like the crazy ideas and stuff because sometimes you need that. But I will say that a conservative mindset is more like, how can I provide value? And sometimes that's through traditional things sometimes.
Well, and I
that
also
will always work for you.
I also think that with Silicon Valley, you have a lot of them simply just reject the idea of profit, the profit motive, until it benefits them. And they don't want to have to provide value to others. They see themselves as just providing entertainment, but then they want.
I wouldn't say that for Silicon Valley because I think about tech. Okay, we're talking about tech and we're talking about the entertainment industry and all of that, right? Tech is a different thing because tech has this whole thing where they have to move so fast that I think the speed at which tech moves, they don't like conservatism. They don't like conservatism.
In that way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay. What tech is one of the most like tech guys are one of the best fields about identifying a need and adding value. Things like automation, different types of software to make things move quicker. The problem is they don't like a lot of red tape in their company or from the government to where they can't allocate billions of funds to do this and build AI there and change this and change that. So big tech is kind of like big pharma where there's so much money on the line and you have to get things done so fast or you lose so much monumental amount of money that they don't want some conservative old fuddy-duddy telling them that they can't make an operating system. But other than that, I would say tech guys are actually pretty conservative. They hate paying taxes, right? A lot of them aren't really, you have a lot of Indians and like others, they don't really like all the LDHD TV stuff. They just like Silicon Valley had a captive audience because it was Silicon Valley, but now Austin, Texas and all that, they're moving out to more conservative areas. But I was
going to say that they're economically conservative, but socially liberal.
I would even say, you look at a lot of the game developers and all of that, they're being run by these wokes. Well, all in all, like they're all business people first. And especially now they've learned, guys, put a 1 if you agree wokeism is bad for business.
Absolutely.
100%.
It's bad for business.
My comment, I guess the majority of my experience in dealing with people in tech is dealing at the lower end, maybe with the rank and file people. And those people, there's a distinct trend towards progressivism and favoring those style of politics, and that's and a rejection of the profit motive, and that is where my comment came from. But as far as the leaders of tech, absolutely 100%.
Well, I think that was the whole DEI thing that's now gone. DEI's gone, and now all these dunderheads they won't be in there anymore.
Thanks, guys. For that.
Guys, I need you to put put worse in the chat if you agree with me that DEI has to be in the top 5 worst things to happen in the last 25 years. The damage that DEI has done to our economy, to our education, to our entertainment, to our social norms, all that. It's going to
take forces and fire and stuff.
I don't even know how you measure it.
This is the worst thing to happen since like people had like lead pipes in their house.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
It is.
Dude, literally brain damage. Like, the heck is it?
That's called the Flint effect. These DEI people are just wet.
Yeah, guys. So guys, let's get into this year. Guys, let's look at some conservative track. Here, Anonymous.
Yep.
Can you talk about the liberal and conservative parties that are in the UK, please, and then we'll get into these.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. That there's this new party that's come out. It's called the Reform Party, which is it's run by Nigel Farage, who's like the guy that basically got us out of the European Union.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happened is that I've been following the polls and things like that over there.
Guys, there's like a whistling noise.
That's on his end. It's feedback.
I'm
trying not to.
Is it probably a tea kettle?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Probably because my computer's so old. I'm thinking about getting a new one. So.
Do you have headphones?
I've got headphones plugged in. So it's.
Are you using a microphone or are you using the
computer? Microphone. Microphone on the headset. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll mute when I'm not talking.
Yeah.
But so they're basically what's happened is that the Conservatives and the Liberals have been absolutely destroyed by this new party called the Reform Party. The Liberals right now are scheduled probably to win about 6 seats in the UK, which is insane. That has never happened, like since they've been a party. Like they're going to be absolutely decimated because people say like the UK is like woke and all this kind of stuff. Not really. Most of the UK is actually conservative.
Yeah,
it's actually like dude. Honestly, like most of the people when I talk to them like English people, they hate all this stuff. Working class English people.
But isn't the UK isn't London to the UK what's the major province in Canada?
Ontario. Ontario and Quebec are like the two main.
And then London's the same way, where there's so many people there that they outvote everyone, right?
Well, then number one, they're not English for a start.
Yeah, over 50% of London's foreign-born. Guys, come on.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Come on.
Yeah, like I don't mean to be rude, but like let's start there, for example. And you go to like other cities like Birmingham, Leeds, all these. Again, it's like the US. All of these giant metropolitan areas that have just been influenced by people that are not American. And it sways. It sways all of the way like the country votes, and all these policies and everything like that because it's not a unified unit how we used to be.
Yeah.
And it's really affecting the makeup of our kind of like cohesion of how we all live together.
Yeah.
And it's like, to be honest with you guys, like this Reform Party, it's a brand new party. It's never been like run for government really in any meaningful sense. But they're looking to win the next election, and I mean not only win but by a landslide.
I hope
They're
so.
looking to get like 65-70% of the vote.
Let's go.
Crazy.
Guys, this is Lauren Chen. Now, apparently she got cooked recently because she was taking money from some foreign power, but she used to work at Turning Point. She used to work at Blaze. You know,
Yeah, I've seen her before for sure.
Yeah. And she's just another, decently attractive chick that you know acts conservative but a feminist. Posts her kids out there to act like she's just motivated mother, but then still believes in friggin' conservatism. Guys, who else?
She'll be like a Lauren Southern grifter.
Tommy Lahren, another Tradcon feminist, right?
Yep.
Lauren Southern, a Canadian.
Yep.
You know,
she banged Destiny.
Oh my God, she did.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Are you
man.
serious? I never heard that. Oh my God, that's impressive.
Destiny
cleans up. It pisses me off so much.
Dude, any chick that freaking lets Destiny get the yams is just it's disgusting, right? Who else, guys? Megan Kelly, another one. Who else, guys?
I would say
two more.
Geez, what's her name? I'm drawing a blank on her
Megan
name.
Kelly. Lila Rose. She's another one. Tradcon feminist who got cooked by Pearly Things multiple times, and she actually thought she won the first time, and then she came back for the second time and really, really, really got cooked. Oh, look at that! Canadian says my buddy's wife votes conservative, but is a huge feminist. Just falsely accused him of abuse, and the state kicked him out of the house.
Nice.
Want her cake and eat it too.
Yep.
Damn. Guys, who else? One more person.
I'm drawing a blank on her name. She's written so many books, but she is actually a legit pretty good conservative.
Are you talking about Ann Coulter?
Ann Coulter, yeah.
Really?
I kind of like Ann Coulter.
I wouldn't say Ann Coulter. I think Ann Coulter stands on business, though.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I said,
and it's honestly,
she is someone like this, but she's stayed authentic for years. Yeah, she's not an idiot. She writes books.
And she doesn't. She's the only chick that I can honestly say that she doesn't give two shits of what anyone thinks about her, dude. She's been like the most hated woman in America since like 1997, dude. Straight up, yeah.
And she said that she kind of regretted putting her career first because she doesn't have kids. You know that.
Yeah.
And she's pretty cool. She's pretty hot too.
Dr. Helen Smith. What did Dr. Helen Smith do? Is she a feminist too? She says feminist stuff. I didn't think so. I haven't heard any.
Well, you have to remember that women have to grift to other women, so they must kind of say some feminist stuff now and then. In my opinion, that helps them.
Oh, Laura Ingraham. That's her.
That's who I meant. That's who I meant. Lauren Ingraham.
Yes.
She's a hack.
Yeah.
She's a Fox News hack.
Snowboard. I think you meant hag. Oh!
Yeah, I confused her with Ann Coulter.
Yes.
Ann Coulter's legit. Lauren Ingram's is a grifter.
Yeah. She has
not even hot either.
3 adopted kids, and I think she's not married. And
terrible voice.
I swear one of her kids is yay. You know what I'm saying? Come on, dude.
No, yeah.
And what's funny is, guys, if you have your choice of a kid, if you adopt and you have a choice, you're gonna pick the Tylenol one. Are you serious? Like, why would you do such a stupid thing?
She wants a son husband.
Let's see. Okay. And maybe she finally found someone that was dumber than she was. All right, guys, here we go.
Yeah, because she doesn't have her own thoughts. She's just told what to say. Laura Ingram, who's the other one that I just keep messing her name up? Ann Coulter has her own books, and like, she doesn't need a script. That other.
You guys ever see this? This guy? Hold on. You ever see this guy right here? This woke idiot here, this Dr. Rashad Rishi guy. I was invited Jesse Lee Peterson off his show on this.
He looks like soy Martin Luther King.
Yeah. So guys.
History Month, I think, which starts in July.
Watch.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're gonna.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. How do I get? Watch. Watch.
Welcome to the bullpen.
We'll watch like 5 minutes of this, and then I'm gonna drop some breaking news on you here.
In the bullpen today, I have a conservative.
You see how he works for the Young Turks too?
Radio talk
TYT,
personality.
Well, Annika
TV
Kasparian
host.
is leaning more a little conservative now.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Yep.
Extreme conservative, and he's proud of it.
What kind of shit stash?
Gay, yeah.
Is this you
Jesus,
have right?
Look at his
Yeah.
mouth.
Pastor Jesse Lee Peterson.
This is from his
twisted
boyfriend
mouth from wine.
sitting on
Jesse Lee
his face.
Peterson, go.
Guys, this is from his boyfriend sitting on his face.
And founder president of Bond, B-O-N-D, and host of JLP Show and The Fallen State. Pastor Peterson, good day. Welcome to Indisputable.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Sir, you all have a celebration coming up next month. Are you not the founder of White History Month, I think, which starts in July?
Yeah, we're going to be celebrating our 4th year of White History Month in July. And the reason that we started it in July is because if you notice, July just feels white.
Yeah.
You know, it's summertime, vacation time, relaxing time, reflecting time, and appreciating the greatest country on this side of heaven.
Gotcha.
And so we are recognizing that and showing our appreciation for it.
I think it's important for people to know you're not a comedian. What you're saying, right? What you're saying, this is actually you. You do this. You did found. You're the founder of White History Month.
Yes.
You've also been very critical of Juneteenth. You have called it a fake holiday, but you are. You want to make
Guys, I'm 45 years old. I hadn't heard of Juneteenth until about 3 years ago.
Me too. Yeah.
Guys,
Me too.
I lived in Texas. It's actually a Texas thing. I
Yes,
had
it
no
is.
clue about Juneteenth, and I've never met anyone who celebrated.
Yeah.
What's
I only saw it in like Google Calendar.
Juneteenth is a holiday to commemorate when slaves that were held in Texas were first told that they had been freed from bondage under the Confederacy by Union soldiers.
Yeah,
it's to
and
commemorate that day.
It was a significant amount of time after the war ended, right? But guys, what people don't realize is that the Creek tribe, they were the last ones to abolish slavery in
you mean the
United
natives?
States. Yes.
Yeah.
They abolished they had slaves 3 years after the Emancipation Proclamation.
I didn't know that.
They're just hiding them in teepees.
Well, they were on the reservation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have their own laws on the reservations.
Yeah, yep. So
sure that everyone supports White History Month. I do want to have a policy discussion with you about the George Floyd Policing and Accountability Act. I'm going to attempt to have that policy discussion with you. Do you agree or disagree with the George Floyd Policing and Accountability Act?
I totally disagree because, as we all know, George Floyd was a black, unemployed drug addict with a criminal record.
It's true, though. It's true.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Guys,
you got to play the Juneteenth. AJ.
Jesse Lee Peterson's one of my favorites, Because guys, if you one day we'll have a watch thing where we'll watch him on Donahue in like 1989. He's been saying the same thing for almost 40 years now. You know what I'm saying?
He died. That's how you guys did. That's how he died. Juneteenth. So this is how this person died. So you're being recorded. Juneteenth. Yeah.
There's
Guys,
almost
hit the
a
like
genius.
button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys.
Sorry.
Keep going.
Sorry. There's almost a genius aspect to what Jesse Lee Peterson does, because he says observably like true things, and he boxes his opponent into like a position where they have to lie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have to get ridiculous in order to oppose him. So he
You
says,
can't argue with him.
He's just honest.
Guys, hold on. Guys, Red Door Woman says their tribe never had slaves. Aren't you guys from like North Dakota? Slaves wouldn't have lived. It's too cold. it's too cold to have slaves up there.
Yep.
Oh man, can you imagine? Dude, basketball players won't even play. Black basketball players won't even play for the Milwaukee Bucks. And you think that they're gonna get slaves up in North Dakota? You just heard that, right? They were like, "Oh, they did some like DEI audit on why like there's so many more white players on the Bucks." You know what I'm saying? And like, the Bucks must be like a racist organization, and all these players like, no, it's cold. Who wants to live in Milwaukee?
Out there.
Yeah, who wants to live there? Why would you want to do that?
I live in Wisconsin, and I don't even want to live in Milwaukee.
Hey, let's first of all, let's clear something up, sir. You really should be ashamed of yourself.
Look at this guy.
Oh, here we go, the woke scold routine.
You call yourself a Christian pastor.
Jesse doesn't care. Look at his body language didn't change at all.
Completely
He looks like he's high almost or something, just sitting there like that.
Just chilling. Yeah.
Floyd is dead.
Can we add this TYT character to like the Don Lemon lesbian lineup? Can we do that? His mouth is driving me crazy.
Yeah, he is. He has a twisted mouth.
He's just like a golem. Like you cannot pierce his like rock demeanor. Like you're just not going to do it.
Here we go.
It's his fault.
He's dead because a cop killed him.
No, he's dead because he was a drug addict.
My question to you, and that's adverse to the evidence, by the way, what you just said. My question to you was about policy. So let me ask you, what in the policy of the George Floyd Policing Act do you disagree with?
The whole idea. Which
part of the policy? Jesse,
blaming the cops and no responsibility
Jesse,
for the
I'm asking you, what part of the policy is written? You can find it at congress.gov. What part of the policy, sir, do you disagree with? This is a simple question.
I disagree with the whole idea of a policy.
You haven't read the policy. You haven't even read the damn policy. Come on,
I don't need to read it. I don't need to read it.
You don't need to
read
read it.
Because what I've noticed is that black people today, due to their lack of love, their lack of believing in God, they love evil more than they love good, right?
So that's the reason why you don't read.
And so
that's the reason why you don't read.
Right, because it was written by no good black people. And why should I waste my time knowing what they're about? Black folks today, no, but most have no sense of direction. They're blaming everybody but themselves. And until they take responsibility for their own lives, they're not going to get better. The real truth is,
let me ask
George Floyd is dead because of George Floyd and no one else.
That's a ridiculous point. But do you blame yourself for not reading the policy, or you blame somebody else?
Why should I read the policy when I already know the people?
You don't even know what's in the policy, do you?
I don't need to know. Don't want to know. I know the people who are writing it. They're no good.
Okay.
Can I just make an observation
about Black
here?
Lives Matter.
Here we go.
This is probably going to end up being an utter waste of my time having you on the show.
Guys, this is one of my favorite.
This is where Jesse Peterson is going to strike.
Here we go.
What are your thoughts about?
You
Black
don't know
Lives
that.
Matter?
You may learn something.
We'll see, teacher. What is it about Black Lives Matter that you disagree with fundamentally?
Black Lives Matter was founded by a bunch of fat, black, radical lesbians.
Okay.
And who
sound off my show. I appreciate you.
That's
Oh my God.
Guys.
Lesbians. 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 Lesbian. Lesbians. Lesbians. Lesbian. Lesbians. 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 Lesbians.
Is he wrong?
On the show.
Let's watch it again, guys. Let's watch it again.
That you disagree with fundamentally.
Black Lives Matter was founded by a bunch of fat, black, radical lesbians.
Okay.
And who
All
hate
right, have
God,
a this clown off my show. I appreciate you.
who
Thank
hate
you.
God, who hate the nuclear family.
Yeah. Listen, for those of you who
Wow.
This
Cut him off.
guys, this guy right here,
It's terrible.
he calls himself doctor. That's all of his degrees are fake. He says he has a law degree. He has a master's in quantum physics, a PhD in something else, 3 bachelor's degrees. They're all fake. They're all from University of friggin', Antigua and all these crazy things. This guy doesn't have any credentials at all.
Yeah.
So he's like a confidence artist.
Yeah.
He's like a confidence artist. That's exactly who he is. He's misrepresenting.
Simp.
He's using a bunch of titles to misrepresent who he really is.
This
Did
guy
you say,
right here.
You say Martin Luther Simp?
Yeah.
Guys, look at this.
Fine. Universities offering any degree you
This
could
is from
imagine.
Nate the lawyer, guys. I'll drop
Degrees
this.
of deception. I love it.
Look at this. Guys, we will get on the topic here. Sorry. We'll have to do this in 2 parts because this is a long debate. But guys, look.
Right. This video was already canceled, but that most of these degrees are.
So look, he says he has a JD from Renaissance University. His an ED, meaning Doctor of Education, Doctor
Erectile dysfunction
of Law, Doctor of Philosophy. Yeah. Look at this, guys. Look, watch.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Rayshard Ritchie from the Young Turk. Dr. Ritchie also works for Straight Arrow News and has once had his own law firm. Here it is, the Fairness Firm. Dr. Rayshard Ritchie, JD, PhD, LLM, and MBA.
Oh
now,
my
when you
God.
scroll down to the education section, you'll
Guys, he says he has a Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Law, Business University of Costa Rica.
The lie detector determined
What
Master
the heck?
of Business from Beulah Heights University.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Master of Laws from someplace in Haiti.
Haiti?
Yeah, Haiti has no laws.
No. What is he? A
Masters-
master of guns? Like,
Yeah.
That's
Master
like in
of
trafficking.
Science and Cognitive Psychology. Masters in Neuroscience. Masters in Science and Applied
You
Physics.
should have
and-
to be
and
100 years old.
quantum mechanics. Bachelors of Arts and Philosophy and Religious Studies. Bachelors of Science and Applied Psychology. And a PhD in Quantum Physics from some Paris graduate school supported by Clark Atlanta University. What? And he's just Harvard Law School specialty law program and Cornell University.
see a lot, if not most of these degrees are from schools outside of the United States. For instance, here's the education section, and he has here, for instance, Masters of Laws, LLM, Université de la Renaissance, Haiti. But that school doesn't even offer this type of degree. And he
Oops!
was he a bullshit artist?
does that multiple times. For instance, his
Right,
Juris Doctorate
confidence
from
artist.
Renaissance University is a school that doesn't issue Juris Doctorates. And then when he was called out on that, he then says it's from another school, but then that other school doesn't issue Juris Doctorates either. So this is the type of nonsense that we're going to untangle today. Now,
Guys, and this guy had the nerve to try and call out Jesse Lee Peterson.
All of his education seems to be out of a Christmas cracker.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like,
Guys-
it's like- is he the left wing version of Uncle Ruckus? Like
No,
he's
just an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, he just he
Yeah.
just seems to be saying like stupid stuff,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pretending that he's this intellectual.
Yeah, here you go.
The Crucible. Thank you for coming on. This is going to be an interesting episode, I think, because I guess we're going to talk a lot about things
Right back, guys.
like marriage, the red pill, feminism. But you're actually of the belief that I may be myself. I'm a feminist. I lean toward that in some regards. We're going to hear more about it from you, I suppose.
Yeah, I appreciate the conversation. Hopefully we can keep it good faith. I did request a moderator. That way we don't end up speaking past each other or yelling over each other, but perhaps one won't be necessary. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, my name is Andrew Wilson, host of The Crucible. It's the fastest growing debate channel on YouTube, to my knowledge. I'm a blood sports debater. I'm a political analyst and a political satirist. You can catch me on all sorts of different programs, including the Whatever podcast. I'm a regular there, regular to Fresh and Fit, regular to most of the anti-feminist platforms which exist, as is my wife. I understand you have a kind of debate coming up with her as well. God help you on that. But
Yes, we actually, sorry, I'll just quickly plug that. So next Friday, not this coming Friday, next Friday, me and Isabella Moody will be on The Culture War, hosted by Tim Cass, debating Pearl and Rachel Wilson, your wife, on, I guess, Christianity, marriage, relationships, etc.
yeah, should be interesting. She's the best anti-feminist debater on the internet, so it should be interesting.
Well,
to
I'm
watch how that
excited
goes.
I'm interested in that because I follow your wife on X, Rachel. I think it's Rach for Patriarchy. If you guys don't follow her, I quite like her accounts. I have not seen.
Guys, let's try and hit 100 likes. Yes, hit the like button, guys. Hit the super chat button. I'd appreciate that.
Seen very many things where I disagree with her on, and it's interesting because I feel like some of the things that Pearl says, I'm surprised that your wife would be in alignment with them. But
there you go, guys. See? Uh-oh. Now, why would she, as a person that's anti-feminist, be shocked at anything Pearl Davis says?
Because she believes that there's a script that all women should act from.
Exactly. And guys, you guys honestly believe this. Why do so many women hate Pearl Davis? Anyone want to guess?
Because I think that she...
spot.
Matt, you were saying?
I think that she says things that they all think, but they don't have the nerve to say.
No.
And these things are usually very critical of women.
Pearl is a tall, average looking, pale redhead, but she has all these men's attention. Oftentimes,
you think it's a jealousy thing?
Yes, she goes on her streams with barely any makeup on. She doesn't do all the contouring and all that, and she has the attention that girls want. It doesn't think about it. All these girls who do all this makeup and get the BBLs and tattoos and all this lip filler, they do all that, and then here's Pearl with 2 million subs, and the majority are men. Oops. Like, it doesn't compute. They were taught that they have to be a 9 out of 10, or have the perfect hair, have the perfect makeup, and all this other crap to get men's attention. And then here's Pearl that, by these modern women's efforts, barely tries. You know what I'm saying? And she has men's attention. So now we know that it's the stuff that she says, obviously, right? But they just look at her looks, her voice, all that other stuff, and think, how is this chick that's mid getting all this attention? And then
she's got an interesting personality.
Yes, but they don't see that. All they say, because what's the first thing that they go after Pearl Davis? Looks all the time. It's, I'm gonna kill your bitch ass, bitch. Especially black chicks. Oh, you're so pale. But if Pearl said you're so dark, oops, they would come after her. Because that's what I honestly believe. I've had women telling me that. Actually tell me, look, the reason why a lot of girls who see Pearl don't like her is because she's just it doesn't compute how she has so much attention from men.
I think Pearl's kind of hot.
But yeah, but here's the thing though, like to them in their skewed view, where they think that a girl has to look like whatever, Rihanna to have attention, right? They don't, because, and this is what I meant by back in the day. This is how like 4s, 5s, and 6s could compete with 9s and 10s.
Yeah.
It's like being really, really cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like being that chick that was base. You know what I'm saying? Then, guys, put a 1 if you agree. Any guy worth his salt would rather have a 5 or a 6 that'll cook, clean, is fun to be around, that likes your hobbies, than a 9 who's nothing but a trouble. You know?
As a matter of fact, that's one of my dualisms. I will choose an adjustable 6 over an 8-9 every day.
Yeah.
That's my wheelhouse. Adjustable 6s are my wheelhouse.
Yeah, and that even big girls, guys, back in the day, that's how big girls got in relationships and got married. It's because they were super nice. They were always with their boyfriends at their car club or their poker game, shutting up in the corner chilling. If they had the Tyson fight or the Mayweather fight on, they were cooking food. Hey guys, who wants a beer? You know what I'm saying? And you know, they had just enough cardio to be demons in the sack. You know what I'm saying? So that's like how big girls and average chicks could outcompete the 9s and the 10s. So
guess we'll, the 4 of us on that show can discuss that then and there. But for now, I think one of the things that would probably be a good place to start, as we discussed before we started going live, is what exactly these terms mean. When people call someone a feminist, or we talk about feminism, what is that? What is the red pill?
So what is feminism to you and the red pill to you?
Here we go.
So, broadly, feminism, they say like, oh, it's just equality between men and women in the legal sense, I think is where it started off. But if we look at the modern feminist movement, I think there's not only the push for equality before the law for men and women, but also equity in basically every domain, whether that's political, economic, social. And also we see a concurrent push to, I guess, derail family structures, whether that be, like the extended family, nuclear family, you name it. Feminism has done a lot more than just push for like equity. And we also see it overlapping with, I guess, intersectionalism a lot. It's very rare nowadays that you see a feminist who is not also talking about things like white privilege,
LDHD, TV, Palestine, all this other crap. Guys,
this stupid nonsense. It doesn't matter.
Guys, in the chat, put in one sentence what you believe feminism is.
Straight privilege, you name it. So overall, it's a leftist ideology, and I guess that would be
like you're conflating wokeism with feminism.
Facts.
Feminism is a rejection of patriarchy. That's all it is. The entailment of egalitarianism between men and women is a rejection of patriarchy. Who's the oppressor? If you're trying to be equal with the opposite sex, who would the oppressor be? What is the entailment there? The entailment would be men or the oppressors. So it's a movement to reject patriarchal structures. That's what feminism is.
There you go. Rodriguez. In the most basic sense of the word, because Jordan Peterson said it the best, modern day leftists have whittled every single interaction down to oppressor and oppressed. Marriage, the sexes, customer and
employer and employee.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's cultural Marxism.
Yes,
right.
but here's the thing. Isn't it funny, guys, how they will do that for everything except government and citizens?
Yeah. The worst thing that you can do.
Yeah. So, guys, once again, so what he's saying feminism is establishing that no matter what, as a woman, all men are your oppressors. It doesn't matter if there's some guy who just got blown up in a coal mine and died. He was your oppressor all along. guys, this is why. You guys remember we touched on this the other day about the catch-22 of it all, how women have been programmed to think all men are their oppressors, but they're attracted to us. Oops. They want to be with us, but they hate us.
Oh dear. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing when they talk about this stuff. It's like, guess what, guys? Nature is oppressive.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Like when you actually get outside and look at like what's around, especially where I live, where it's like there's nature everywhere. Guys, if you were like on like a desert island, you know, there's going to have to be someone who takes charge.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be the physically strongest person. Which is
actually,
us, usually.
Actually, not really, because if you look, a guy can be physically strong, but be dumb as a box of rocks, and like all the men won't follow him. Like it's the most
true. Yeah, you have to
person.
be competent.
Yeah, you could be like an old guy and be like, oh wait, you know, he was he was a carpenter for 35 years. So he can teach us how to build stuff and do things. And then he would actually, hey guys, now we have to do this. It's all about your kind of aura.
Well, yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
You
saying
can't
that,
be
but
you're a lump, right?
Yeah,
You can't be like this
you're
dummy.
competence.
Yeah.
Yes, and competence and confidence pretty much coincide, right? Right, guys. Guys, I just pulled up a news story on this other guys. So I just moved down from DC, right? Actually, Maryland. A story now says Maryland faces the worst fiscal crisis in 40 years. That's what Democrats do when they're in charge.
I would say it goes, so I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I would say if we're looking at the feminist movement and my problems with it, it extends a lot beyond just that.
Yeah, but I think it's because you conflate wokeism with feminism. Feminism is simply put a rejection of patriarchal structures. That's it.
Yes.
The entirety of feminist ideology is to move away. So if you're thinking about things like the destruction of the nuclear family, this type of thing, the nuclear family has a head. The head is the man.
Thank you.
If you have the extended cross-generational family, that's also a patriarchal system. The head is the man. If you're talking about the dismantling of the church is patriarchal. Christianity is a patriarchal structure. It's the rejection of patriarchy across the board. The entire movement of feminism has nothing to do with egalitarianism at all. It has to do with dismantling patriarchy.
Yep.
That is what the ultimate goal is.
Well, I think when it comes to things like egalitarianism,
here's the feminism kicking in, guys. Here's the feminism kicking in. Here it comes.
That is not how I would define the modern feminist movement, but I think we're kind of seeing, like, we're splitting hairs here to a certain extent.
And I think that we're making a semantic distinction with no merit. The semantics matter, especially when we're talking about these types of issues. So wokeism itself can be a leftist progressive ideology. That's true. However, when you're talking about things absent a rejection of patriarchy, the right wing can be just as guilty of those things. So you can still be
but I mean,
somebody
if
who's
we look at the modern feminist, the current push toward things like, let's just say, allowing men in women's spaces if they identify as trans, would you see that as a feminist problem or as a woke problem?
I would see that particular issue is a feminist issue. The problem
But
is,
how is that a rejection of patriarchy
because,
if we're talking
I'll
about the
explain it to you.
recognition?
So what happens here is that women have gone ahead and voted to allow these things to push through. The reason that
ding, 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 ding. Right, guys?
Yes. Men don't like that. Men hate that.
Yep. Yeah. And guys, this is what I mean by the whole Greg Adams, Andrew Wilson thing. Guys, a lot of people were like, oh, Andrew Wilson. Guys, so we disagree with Andrew Wilson on the single mom's part and the marriage part. That doesn't mean that you should disqualify the good that he's doing for men and for the discourse when it comes to actual traditional relationships. So when it comes to dating and marriage, he's a Tradcon, yes. But guys, I disagree with a lot of stuff Jordan Peterson says. I disagree with a lot of other stuff that Andrew Wilson says, that a lot of people says. I don't agree 100% with what anyone says, So Charles Chandler says feminism's a scam the government cause single and divorced people to pay more taxes, alimony, child support.
Yep.
Charles, I will disagree with you here in that, guys, there is no the government, okay? There's only government. Government is a set of policies and ideas that's used to do said things, used by people. Now, the reason why I point this out is because by saying the government, it's like you're pointing to some anthropomorphic thing.
Entity, yeah.
Your boot off the neck of those that are using it to do bad things. Feminism was implemented by evil, crooked politicians and a billionaire corporatists to do what Charles has said here. There's a small group of men who use government, meaning policies, ideas, laws, and women to redistribute wealth from us to them. That's all it is. Because Andrew's not a
privileged women, by the way, women, not working class women.
Yeah, well, working class now.
Now, not when it first came about. It was a lot of hoity-toity, rich women.
It's a lot of lawyers and judges. Really.
Yeah.
That's kind of what
bankers, all the rest of these people.
Yeah. Yep.
This is a movement against patriarchal structures because men and their sports are really the only sports that matter. Nobody watches women's sports. They don't even bother with it.
You see her smile and look down.
Bothering with it.
Nice.
He's right.
Boring as hell. Women have decided to use the power of the vote to institute these policies, and I say let them suffer by those policies that they have instituted. I have no problem with men going in to these women's spaces, for instance, and beating the shit out of all their records and completely dismantling them. What the hell do I care about women's sports for? They voted for this shit. They can deal with it.
Let's go, right, guys?
I mean, I don't
amazing.
Yeah.
I never thought of it from that perspective because I don't like it.
Hey, guys, guys, Chris Mike's in the chat. Big up to him. He's a longtime supporter of the channel, guys. Chris Mike put a short. This is like 2 years ago when the Riley Gaines thing started, when she was going off on Leah or whatever. And Chris Mike put it live and was like, sorry, Riley, we aren't supporting you. You chicks are getting what you voted for. It's not our problem. And guys, all these Tradcons and Republicans went on that short and were,
how dare you?
We're going in. You might you like transgenders and you're a piece of shit. All Chris Mike was saying is like, this is not our problem. We didn't vote for this.
Yeah.
You women made your bed and now you got to sleep in it. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Guys, hit the super chat button. Appreciate that. Hit the join button for a membership.
Disagree with that, but if we look at the belief that, for example, gender is not something based on sex or chromosomes, but that it is a social construct and therefore open to self-identification, I think it goes a little bit deeper than just the rejection of
Gender
male.
is a social construction. It does not exist inside of objective reality. It's a made-up term utilized by woke leftist scumbags. It has nothing to do with objective reality.
Yes.
All that exists is biological sex. The norms which come with biological sex are intrinsic to the ontology of human beings.
All right. So do you view again, you can call it woke or feminist, do you view the belief that we see basically in all matters of the world, whether that's like sports, we also see it, I mean, even in terms like medicine, it's being conflated. Do you think that is something that feminists have pushed for, the conflation of biological sex with gender? Do you think that feminism at its core?
Yes, because it assists with trying to destroy the ontology of what is man. So it's an attempt to rip a fabric in the hole of truth of what is man. So yes, it is a pushed feminist. That's why you see the infighting in the feminist crowd from those who try to move over into a more conservative camp, like Rowling or J.K. Rowling, for instance, who says, no, we fought for women's liberation. This was not what that was supposed to be. But an entailment of the dismantling of patriarchy is that men can no longer protect you from yourself.
Exactly.
And that is why patriarchy is so important, is we also protect women, not just from external forces, but protect them from their own choices.
Exactly. And guys, in the most basic sense of the word, right? A father and his daughter. He's supposed to instill his daughter with values and protect her from other men so that, because back in the day, if you had a bastard kid, you were cooked. How was she supposed to take care of it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You mean like all these dads that are going around with their kids like OF stuff, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I support you, honey."
Yeah.
That's a mega sim.
Disgusting.
It's the father's job to protect his daughter from all these scallywags and ne'er-do-wells, and also protect her from herself. How many times, guys, have you seen? And this is why I don't have any kids, but all these guys whose daughters bring home Gavin. He's in a band, Dad. He's in a band.
Yeah. He's going to be so successful.
Or freaking Nug. He's an aspiring rapper. And the guy's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And in this particular case, feminism, the dismantling of patriarchal systems, blurring the line between what is a man and a woman, has long been a feminist doctrine.
Look at her two.
Okay, I mean, I don't disagree with you there, but we can move on. Okay,
I would like to
about...
not move on. I would like to.
Guys, do you hear his voice? That's disgust, disdain, disregard, and disappointment all in one.
Yep. You stupid woman. Dude, like when she's talking about like the difference between sex and gender, like me personally, I don't think there is a difference.
No.
I think they're the same thing. It's like you go to like all these different animals that are in like the animal kingdom. Right?
Yeah.
That's like female birds do different things to male birds.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no difference here. I don't even know what they're even talking about. Like it's such a weird concept.
Yeah, the gender theory started in 1970s. But what he was
John Money, right?
There was a feminist that also created that concept as well, but
even worse.
Yeah, she's a lesbian as well.
Yeah. Of course she is.
Of course she is. Yeah.
But what the other person who's the person from the UK? I'm sorry, it's too small for me to see. What he was talking about is biological reality in our natural world. These feminists, they talk out of both sides of their mouth, because on one end they say that we're made different, but then they want everything the same. It's like they want to have their cake.
It's
and eat
having
it
your cake and eat it too.
It's
just like a woman. Exactly.
We're different when it benefits me. But then we're the same when it benefits.
Matt, here's the thing. Do you remember all these feminists, right? All these dunderheads, right? All these.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Well, there's nothing wrong if boys want to play with dolls and wear drag dresses. If there's nothing wrong with girls wanting to play with trucks, they're still girls. Boys who play with dolls are still boys. Yeah, you guys remember that, right? They're trying to say that this biological determination. But now the Transformers are saying that if a boy plays with dolls or wears the dress, all of a sudden, and if a girl plays with blocks in trucks, do you see how they went backwards?
Yep. Yeah, they're all Optimuses and Megatrons.
Yeah.
Pin some more down here so that we can get this straight. So when you're talking about gender, I don't really understand why you think that this is something other than a social construction. It does not exist. It can't be touched. It can't be tasted. It can't be seen. It definitely does not exist as a reality absent the mind. Why do you think that gender exists absent the mind? Why isn't there only sex?
I don't think that gender is distinguishable from sex. And for the longest time, those terms were used basically synonymously.
So then why do we have gender?
That people use them interchangeably. But the reason that feminist ideology pushes the trans ideology specifically is because it dismantles ontologically what is a man.
Yeah, it
That's
muddies
what
the
it does.
water, dumb.
That's what the point is of of feminism is to dismantle patriarchal systems. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's always been a dismantle.
Once you open that Pandora's box, right? Then all of a sudden, all these 304s boxes get full. If you know what I mean.
Good luck closing that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Of patriarchal systems. It may sound simplistic.
CJ says Andrew Wilson doesn't call himself a Tradcon. He needs his mother. Andrew Wilson doesn't call himself a Tradcon because, guys, he's not a red pill guy. He goes by his Christian Orthodox ethics, guys.
He's religious. Yeah,
exactly. He's a very religious person. He's a specific sect of religion, right? And guys,
yes, Eastern Christianity.
Yes. Now, guys, to him, he did the right thing by marrying Rachel Wilson and taking on her kids. He's living his religion and his mind's back in the 50s and the 60s, where in the 70s and the 80s, where you got social credit for actually taking on a single mom. You know what I'm saying?
He's kind of a relic. Like, kind of a relic of like the old days, how people used to be.
And he's happy.
Yeah.
Like, here's another thing. Like, happiness can override a lot of garbage.
They've been married for
happy,
15 years.
You're not going to care what other people say.
Guys, what did single moms do back in the day to outperform other chicks?
Everything.
They were extra good wives. They were extra good. They would, cook, clean, take care of the guy because they knew that he was probably their last chance.
Yep. As Pearl would say, Glock 9000.
And it does seem it seemed to me, because they've been married for what, 17 years or 18 years, that it's working out for them. Now, would I recommend any of you guys do it? Hell to the no. What I'm saying is that, hey, it works for him. He, from his perspective, thinks that more men should do what he did, but that's from his ideology, and that's one of the things that we disagree with him. Guys, do not marry a single mom and take care of some bastard kids, please.
His wife is super humble too. His wife is like super humble. I've never seen a single mom, and I know a lot of them, let me tell you, and they do not act like her.
As you tow their Ultimas away.
I've interacted with many single moms, let me tell you.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Stop trying to talk Snowboard out from dating my sister.
I'm a good man. I'm a good man.
Actually, the conflation with woke does more damage. So if you conflate feminism with wokeism, it does more damage to the message than just explaining that patriarchal systems are necessary. And that is what the fight is really about. The fight is about a patriarchy versus a non-patriarchal society. Very simple.
I mean, in that point, though, I feel like you would be making many people feminists who not only don't support the modern feminist movement, but who might actually be considered, I mean, broadly speaking, allies in any type of policy you would try to.
Then they're not allies.
Let's go. Exactly. Then they're not allies.
City boy.
Guys, if there's anyone in your life that you don't have to deal with because of work, guys, if they are not supportive of your MGTOW or anything else, guys, they are not your allies. If they don't support policy and ideas that move us more back towards traditional values, patriarchy, guys, they are not your friends. They're not your allies. They don't have your best interest at heart.
They're what's known as genetic dead ends.
Exactly.
That's what they're known as.
Yeah.
Then they're not allies. They're trying to dismantle patriarchal systems. They're not allies to the right. The Christian right is based around patriarchy. Christianity is a patriarchal system. It's a top-down patriarchal system.
Facts.
Your job as a wife, for instance, is to submit to your husband as you would unto the Lord. You can find this in Ephesians 22.
Yeah. You submit to the God in your husband. That's how it works.
Amazing.
Guys, the husband is the conduit of like God to the woman. That's how it works. That's why uncovered women, it's so bad. It's just they're just out here just like with no link to God. That's how it works.
Right? The submission to him as unto the Lord. Your husband is submitting to the hierarchical church authority. This is all patriarchal, top-down patriarchy. Same thing within governance. It was always supposed to be top-down patriarchy. This was never supposed to be a system which integrated women into positions of authority and power. That's insanity. And feminism is simply a push to dismantle patriarchal systems.
So if someone were to, let's say, argue for equal protection under the law, would you consider them a feminist between like men and women?
That's retarded.
No, but I'm not really sure what that has to do with anything. So
thank you very now, guys. I want you to pay attention to the couple of things that Andrew Wilson just did. Okay, do you see how he this is kind of like a pivot, like a non sequitur? He just kind of just slapped this down, and then guys, when she wanted to move on, he didn't let her move.
Yeah, because he's cornering her. He's cornering her with her own logic.
Because guys, you have to define your terms, and then guys, don't let them move on. And then also, guys, when you ask them a question, you cannot let them move on without giving you an answer.
This happens all the time, AJ.
Women do that all the time.
Yeah, it's a woman move.
Yes. And these young guys with this TikTok brain do it all the time.
Is that no? We're trying to focus in on like what our terms are and like what our definition is and like what is going on.
Yeah,
I'm not letting you move on from this.
And this is why the Greg Adams quote unquote debate went off the rails. They didn't define terms from the beginning, because what marriage means to Andrew Wilson and what marriage means to Greg Wilson, to Coach Greg Adams, sorry, are two different things.
If you're asking for equal protection,
when you talk about the I guess, abolition of patriarchy, some people might say that, well, if you, for example, believe in, I don't know, women having inheritance rights, is that feminism?
Women have always had inheritance rights.
What's that have to do with anything?
Well, but so you don't think that demolishing that would be a feminist standpoint?
No, it's always been so. So
no, I'm not asking whether it's always been something, but it's just like
what are you talking, guys?
We're just gonna take it away now.
Guys, put a 1 if you agree that this is not going the way she thought it was gonna go.
Yeah.
So she's trying to like dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Deer in the headlights, dude. Like this is crazy.
Is like a kind of smooth talker for a woman and knows the right words and terminology. So she can kind of sneak out of a lot of stuff when it's someone not like Andrew Wilson, where she could just like skirt around it. And that's what she's trying to do here. And like mostly what she's talking about is all semantic. She doesn't have a solid point to stand on. She's just trying to catch Andrew Wilson on like a little.
Well, but yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She's all been talking about like basically like what would you say, like her opinions.
Yeah.
But there's been no like substantial. This is the way things are right now. This is the way things were. And it's like she's just like, no, this is just some weird, obscure kind of like way of looking at things.
Exactly, yeah. Or some nuance that's really not relevant or applicable.
Yeah, nuance, like just like, what if things were like this way? And it's like, no, things are not like that way.
And they're not gonna be.
Yeah, and they're not gonna be. Yeah, 100%. Ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's called the three-way fallacy. They just they come up with 304 different excuses and ways to get around stuff. It's just meaningless nonsense. So like, and that's one reason they don't learn, because they don't have to like get that beaten down into their head. They just go. It just goes right out the window. If you don't hold them accountable to it, they'll just talk about something completely unrelated, and it's like it never even happened.
Yeah.
Trying to get to the ought portion of the claim. So you're asking, ought this be true? But I'm trying to define what is the truth.
Ought this
so
be true?
The truth is that when you're talking about female inheritance, right, that has always been the case, that women could inherit. They could inherit property. They could inherit all of these things. It's actually a feminist talking point. They could not. When it comes to ought they be able to do that under a patriarchal structure? They ought to be able to, yes. And there's always been a prescription so that they could.
Okay, what about something like women in the workplace?
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Now, women have always been allowed to work.
Facts. Absolute facts right there.
Right?
And women ought to always be allowed to work. However, the incentives which are produced by the United States government are supposed to be for the health and the welfare of the nation. If you're talking about the health and welfare of the nation, then you want to push policy which will allow women to stay at home with their children, which is going to be the best setup possible. But again, this would be a pro-patriarchy position because you'd be allowing men at that point and incentivizing men to be the head of the household, the head of the family, to be the breadwinner. In this case, this would be considered oppressive from the feminist ethos.
So in terms of prescription versus description, then if we talk about patriarchy, do you think that is it a feminist talking point? Is it a feminist policy to have egalitarian laws in regard to things like voting?
See,
like I'm of the belief that
AJ, this is one of the things that I said that I had a discussion with a female friend of mine the other day where it was about this like female voting, and I said if we took away all the girls' voting rights, okay, we would have a complete, no matter throughout the West, okay, doesn't matter what country it is, you would have a complete conservative government. All these things that we would have, like gun rights, rights to property, small government, all these things that we want would be enacted immediately. And it's an unfortunate thing that these girls vote for the worst instances of what they actually really want. They vote the opposite.
Right.
I don't know what this is. Like they don't want, like a lot of these girls like don't want freedom. They don't want all these things. Like I said, because you know what? It comes with responsibility. It comes with like you have to pay for things. It comes with like you have to like go to a job that you hate. You know, so why would you want? I don't understand. So why do girls want to be out with dudes like me who work in the rain, who are in danger? Who like, why do you want that? I don't get it. I don't know what you guys.
Well,
think,
it's the virtue signal. That's why. Because it's image over substance, and they have a very hard time panning these things out and really thinking.
Image to who though? Who are they impressing?
Image to other women.
Who cares what they think? You think I give a damn what another man thinks? I couldn't give a damn.
Right. Yeah. They do.
Yes.
But it's also saying if I'm gonna like go out and work, then I can be like a man, which to them is being a complete 304.
Yeah,
that's a part of it too. A lot of it is, you got to remember, sex is the biggest motivator for both genders, and women want to get smashed a lot.
Yeah, guys, it's like all of these things,
or they want to use sex to get what they want.
Right,
yeah, that's what it is.
And get smashed a lot.
I would say that materialism is a big incentive for women.
Yeah,
huge incentive.
Yeah. All of these things that we want they would be enacted by the things like the immigration stuff, for example, like in Europe and all that kind of thing. All of that stuff has been passed by boomer women that are all been in government and just passing all these ridiculous laws, like not being able to get rid of people who are dangerous. You know, it's like because again, this this cluidal empathy they have, right? Don't say it.
Self-deletion empathy.
Self-deletion empathy, and it's like they just like all of this stuff needs to go, and we just need some like level-headed.
But that's kind of a nature of a 304 and a woman. They want to go against their father and stuff, do the opposite of what the conservative dad did. That's
just what patriarchy says. Guys, they want the opposite of patriarchy.
Yeah.
It's a zero-sum game, guys. They have no motivation. They have no end game. They want chaos for the sake of chaos.
And who suffers?
Exactly.
It's all the women who suffer the most because they end up getting great and they end up being single moms and like getting in debt and all these other like
getting the high five, the hurt,
yeah.
all that other stuff, you know, because
all these crazy negative outcomes and dudes are just still playing PlayStation.
Let's
hold on. I just want to say one thing. In the very beginning of this conversation, somebody said that they wanted a real friend, like say hard things rather than talk crap behind their back. I think that women do the opposite. They want to say the nice thing in front of everybody, the thing that people want to hear instead of the thing that people don't want to hear. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And when women get in charge of politics, they have this quality where they'd rather say the thing that people want to hear rather than what they actually should do.
Yeah, that's true. So.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is moved from women's movements, are always designed for a liberation from patriarchy. All. There's not any that are not. Anytime women collectively are pushing towards any type of what is considered egalitarianism, it is feminism. It is a dismantling of patriarchal structures and systems, period.
Okay, so the reason why I bring that up is because when it comes to, let's say, something like voting, right? So I'm not a fan of universal suffrage. I've talked about this on my channel. I'm in favor of, I think there's several different systems that could work. Maybe one vote per household with children and a married couple, service through citizenship, net taxpayers, property owners, you name it. If I believe that men and women would equally have the ability to earn that right, though in practice it would be overwhelmingly male. We know that from stats right now as to who exactly pays the most taxes and owns the most property. Would that be a feminist perspective that I have?
Yes.
If the movement...
Yes, because she just said that it needs to be equal. There needs to be equal ways for men and women to be able to get the right to vote. It's like, well, and how would you, what authoritarian means would you use to do that? What discriminative practices would you use? What DEI style things would you use? Imagine if guys served in the military and had homes, then they're like, oh, well, there's federal service, so we're just going to make sure that 80% of that's female, so that therefore there'll be an equal amount of women and men both voting. That's insane.
Of that,
right,
was not.
She has what keeps getting her stuck is she has this idea of egalitarian that equates to good, not necessarily. Do you know what I mean? Like that in her mind is synonymous with good or to the benefit of, and that's not necessarily true. But she's stuck on it. That's why that's what the miscommunication is here.
Yeah.
Goal to make it patriarchal, then yes, it would be a feminist position, which is why I say that you're a feminist.
Is the intent the intent matters more than, I guess, the outcome in that regard?
Well, no, the outcome matters more than the intent. The outcome is for patriarchy. That is the outcome we're looking for. Is for a
the outcome would be
system.
More patriarchal than what we have currently.
Yeah, but the entailment is it also may not be. It depends on which system. You haven't exactly defined which system you would implement in order to make sure that it's patriarchal. You just said there are many we could choose from. Yep. Well, that's great. That's swell, but it doesn't actually tell me anything. So no, the outcome, the outcome
that I just mentioned would have more women earning the franchise.
Well, you would have to be be specific. What system are you advocating for here?
If it were net taxpayers or property owners, both of those groups are overwhelmingly male.
Exactly.
Households, well, it's one vote for household. Which is the only one where there would be some ambiguity perhaps would be service through citizenship. But if we look at military service, that's also overwhelmingly male.
Yeah, I agree. But is the point of this ultimately, from your perspective, to make a better governing body, or is the point of this ultimately for you to advance a patriarchal structure inside of society? This is the distinction I'm asking.
I don't think you can divorce those two things.
What?
Yeah, I think
to be better, it will be
can.
more male dominated.
Well, can you just answer the question? Are you trying to advocate for a patriarchal society, or aren't you?
I'm trying to advocate for a better socity. That's
not my question.
See, guys, let's pump the brakes. Do you see what we said earlier about these feminists and wokes? Guys, you notice how much she's talked? Andrew asked her a direct question. What system would you implement? And she said a whole bunch of words and didn't answer his question.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he asked her again. And guys, what did we Here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The reason
It's
why
true.
she's saying these words is because she's hoping that he'll move on.
Yeah.
Guys, he's gonna hold her feet to the fire. Hold on. How do you say name? Shalik says he watches all the time. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man.
It's not my question. Answer my question. Don't be bad faith. Do you want a patriarchal society or don't you?
If that patriarchal is one led by men, then yes, this would be led by men. It would be better.
Yeah. So ultimately, your goal is the advocation of a patriarchal society, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And that if that is the ultimate goal, then no, that is not feminism. But I wanted to make sure, as we dove into this, that that's actually what the goal is. Because what it sounded like to me is, no, I want a better society. I want a more gooder society. I want something that looks and acts like in some way that I want. That really has nothing to do with anything. I want to know specifically if you have feminist ideals or you do not have feminist ideals.
But I mean, I suppose that I don't have feminist ideals, but the reason why I
Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
No, so she wants a matriarchy, but she wants to be in charge of the whip hand.
No, she wants egalitarianism, meaning she still wants women to have a say. She wants men to be. She wants to. Okay, this is the same as when women say, "I'll let my husband lead me." If you let the person lead you, then you're in charge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, duh.
Troops can't let the general give them orders. Troops don't decide what orders that they're going to follow, or the troops
just
are
have
in
to do
charge.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. You know?
talk about all of those things, because I don't think it's an argument where it's men therefore better. I think that's an oversimplification. I think, yeah, if we look at all the different.
Is that what he said? Men therefore better? No. You know what I mean? Now, there have been overwhelmingly better outcomes, but it's not across the board, men therefore better, you know?
Strengths that men versus women have. It's not just that they're men. And I think kind of just trying to oversimplify it in those ways, you're going to lose a lot of people who.
Well, I think making it overly complex actually makes us lose far more people. So
There you go.
just because you take
that's another woke thing. Guys, I put a 1 if you agree. How many times have we heard these wokes go, well, you know, this whole thing is just so complex and so nuanced. No, it's not. That's a pivot. That's a diversionary tactic.
Yeah.
That
It's
the only
misdirection.
reason why you think this way is because you're too stupid to understand.
Oh, it's too nuanced. It's too.
Yeah.
It's too complicated for your small male brain to
Yeah.
figure out. Like, yeah, okay, sure.
He said, sounds to me like someone's dishwasher's making noise again. He came in just shots fired. Shots fired. You guys know what one of the coldest things that I've ever heard? Do you remember when Danica Patrick, she was driving like IndyCar or whatever it was?
NASCAR.
No, it was IndyCar first.
You drove an IndyCar?
F1.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
F1.
What?
F1.
She had no
and
business
IndyCar.
doing that.
Was it here? She was more successful doing that than in NASCAR. NASCAR, she
I didn't know she did that.
Interesting.
Well, they asked the owner of the Ferrari racing team, how do you feel about Danica Patrick? He's like, I'm just wondering why she's not wearing white like the rest of the kitchen appliances. Old Italian guy.
Oh,
nice.
And everyone thought he would like apologize. He's like, no, I'm dead ass serious.
You've heard of peaceful Latinas?
They're idiots. But just because you
Yeah,
take
but they're actually someone who agree with my position. But
that's nice.
they've
They're a
been
bunch
hating
of
on me
liberal
on-
scumbags. They're a couple of liberal
hang on.
scumbags.
They agree with my position, but when it's marketed as, oh, just repeal the 19th, like their brain shuts off.
Oh, yay.
They
Progressives
automatically
agree with
don't-
your position. Awesome. That's
Well,
great. Swell.
Yeah, we live in a
Yeah, no
society where
shit.
we must.
Did you just use the
be
"we
able
live in a
to
society"?
persuade people to our. We must be able to persuade.
You don't
people. So
persuade the devil by dancing with him. The devil persuades you. That's how that ends up working.
Look at
So
that,
what
guys.
happens is by
But then
you
but if
moving
I
off
don't
the
think you
message.
actually
Let me
agree
finish
that
my
because
point.
You're
Hang
one
on,
of
let me
the
finish
biggest
my
debate
point.
channels you just
Let me
said.
finish my point. Yeah, their ideology could be challenged in a debate channel. That's true. That's not me dancing with them politically and saying, oh, you happen to agree with my policy prescription, so that makes them good. That's absurd. It doesn't make them good. Dancing with a bunch of progressives like Destiny and the rest of these coomers and acting like they're on your team because they agree with certain issues is absurd. These people are fucking
What's a
horrible.
coomer?
They're horrible people. They do horrible things.
Oh, I'll tell you.
And for us to make these kinds of like bizarre advocations that, oh, the concept is so complex, the average Joe could just never really understand it. There's so much nuance. There's not really that much nuance. It's not really that. It's not really that complex.
People absolutely can understand it.
All right, Anonymous, tell Snowboard what a coomer is.
Coomer is like someone who's like just obsessed over like jerking off. I don't know if we could say, that. It's like,
porn and just,
all this.
just goons all the time.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, like the thing with Destiny is that he was married to like some pretty good looking girl, right?
Yeah,
like way above his station, right?
Yeah.
And then she went off with some mentally ill like Swedish guy. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
And just like completely abandoned this dude. The dude's just like a complete, again, like Andrew said, he's just a complete coomer.
Yeah.
Like just like screw this guy.
A total like corn
idiot.
Yeah. In another reality,
yeah.
he's some sort of neckbeard in like some other reality.
Yeah.
But we have to take the time to explain it first before they do.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I do. That's what debate does. Debate helps flesh out these ideas and these ideologies so that people can understand it. But these people are not our friends. They're not our buddies. They're not our pals. They absolutely want to dismantle the society in which we live. And they're pretty awful. So no, I don't care what progressives might agree with your positions.
Yeah, but it goes to show that the positions themselves are sound, and they're sound to the point where you might even be able to implement.
No, it doesn't show that it's sound just because people agree. Some people agree with them. That's an absurd statement.
I mean, if you agree that it's not a bad system, and or at the very least not a feminist system, I'll be clear there. And you even have like some progressives getting on board with the idea. I don't think that's something to scoff at, and I think we're being needlessly. I don't want to say
you're being too mean, Andrew.
Yeah,
you're being too mean.
How dare you?
Some people agree. What
Omni
are you
has a
talking
good
about?
point. It says she's trying to tone police the packaging so it's more palpable. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Condescending, but I mean a little bit there.
Good. We need to gatekeep more. We need to make sure that we're not letting in the most horrifying people on planet Earth so that we can advocate for a system which they will then corrupt. That's how progressive communism got power to begin with.
What are you talking about letting into?
I'm saying that what ends up happening is this.
Letting
it's
in the power.
Curious case.
Thank you. Watch.
Case of Charlie Kirk and Con Inc. It's the same exact thing. What happens is you create big tent ideology around something which is hyper specific, and then the people who you bring in begin to pollute the message. In Charlie Kirk's case, it was the LGBTQ who he wanted to come in to add to the big tent style messaging that he had for his brand of conservatism. The same exact thing can happen within whatever ideology you're advocating for. The more horrific and horrible people you bring in to advocate for that ideology, the more they're going to end up polluting it. That's how it works in real time. That's how politics operates. That's how lobbyists begin to gain control of messaging and how they end up completely destroying what the message originally was.
So I think you're getting to the core of something that we did try in the conservative movement. That's the issue of big tent conservatism. Like we want LGBT people voting.
Guys, do you see the difference?
We don't.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you see the difference between how Andrew Wilson talks and how this idiot talks? Guys, this is the same with Christianity. Because I honestly believe why 2 generations of young men like have left the church. Was it I would say younger Gen X, millennials, Gen Z's going back to the fold because they hear this nice woo-woo crap, and then the Gen Z men are hearing the Andrew Wilson stuff. Like we're drawing a line in the sand.
Yeah.
You know?
Millennials left the church like I was in that camp. Like I've recently past like 5 years been like I'm rethinking my worldview, and it's like there's so many people I know in my age group who are just like adamant that they just don't like the church.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's a visceral hatred. Mad.
And we want all of these votes, right? And I think we should be able to work together where we have agreements. That's true. But the problem is, and we see this even in the media, when you're too willing to, I guess, go along to get along, you not only end up working together where you have agreement, which is just strategic in my opinion,
What in the
but
name
the
of
movement itself,
hypocrisy
the
is this?
window changes.
Why say this when you just got done saying, oh, but there's progressives who agree with me, and now you're kind of moving out of the other side of your face and saying, oh,
yeah, but I don't
the
think,
thing is, it's like I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing. It's like get off the fence and pick a position.
Wait. I don't think it's a bad thing if progressives also support me, but I think what's bad is where we start to say that just because you agree with this one position, you are now conservative. You're part of the new right that is inclusive. There's a big difference there. There's a very, very
What's
big
the distinction?
The distinction is, well, we're not going to, just because you agree with me on one of these issues, that doesn't mean I'm going to compromise my position on all these other issues.
That was Charlie Kirk's position. I disagree with the fact that you're LGBTQ, but as long as you're voting with me, everything's a-okay.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
But
what happens is if you lose,
there was.
You can only sit on a fence if you have a pussy.
Yeah. Dude,
serious.
Yeah, like honestly, this fence.
Pick a side.
It's like
Dig in.
This is the thing. You have to pick a side. It's like, sorry, I don't. Gay people. Okay, fair enough. It's like, well, do you agree with like child mutilation? Do you agree with that? Do you agree with like being like these kids, doing puberty blockers and stuff like that? I don't agree with it. How do you stand?
It's too vague, or you're trying to please everybody.
There's
it's
no
just
fence sitting on an issue like that. It's either you're with it or you're against it.
Exactly.
You have to pick a side. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean you hate the other side and stuff.
No.
You're saying, but like we have to draw a line in the sand somewhere to create boundaries to move forward.
Yep.
I want them to pick the right decision and not do it. That's what I want. Like, ridiculous.
That's true.
Listen, what happened is they polluted that message and absolutely destroyed it. Charlie Kirk and TPUSA have had to back up on all of their messaging, everything from immigration to LGBTQ rights. Fortunately, there was a basically fatwa that was put up against them by one Mr. Can't even be named on the internet, who completely dismantled that messaging.
He who shall not be named.
Before the poison got too out of hand. But that's exactly what was going on.
What'd you say?
Did he mean Mr. Nick?
Yeah.
Nick? Yeah. Okay.
Was an inclusion of these lunatics inside of the conservative movement, which pollute the message. That's why Donald Trump now has rainbow flags all over the place. It pollutes.
Oh, sorry, Mercy. I didn't even see you there. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean for you to be waiting there in the waiting room. Sorry, man.
The message.
Well, there's a difference between saying, yes, you should vote for me versus I'm going to put you up on stage as the spokesperson for my message. That's not something that I agree with. That's not something that I support.
Well, then why are you referencing these
comes
people like they're your buddies?
What are you talking about?
Well, have you heard of Peaceful Latinas, says Lauren Chen. They support my message. That's essentially showcasing them as speakers for the message.
No, that's just saying that in this one regard, this is an argument that I think does have broad appeal if we explain it correctly, or at least if I explain myself correctly.
I don't think it does. I think what ends up happening is it does not have broad appeal. Infiltrators come in and they'll begin to pollute, dilute, and destroy the message. That's what ends up happening. Conservatism does not have a unified message, and it doesn't because we don't seem to understand that conservatism is supposed to be a patriarchal structure. It's supposed to be top-down patriarchy based around Christian ethics. That is conservatism, or else what are we trying to conserve, Lauren?
I think you're right. If it's not that, then what is it?
Right. What is it? So then the question becomes, why are we in bed with women, especially women, female commentators, who absolutely do not agree with this? Your assaults against Pearl Davis, which led to our beef to begin with, my critiques of your video as you went after Pearl Davis, was a way for you. She is dismantling feminist ideology and is pro-patriarchy. And all you could do is criticize her for that. That is covert feminism.
She's anti-Christian. She's not.
She's not anti-Christian.
Not.
She absolutely is. If she's
and guys, here's where it gets really good.
What?
Now, guys, hold on. Let's let this play, because this is where it gets really, 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 really good.
Yeah.
This is where Lauren Chen does this whole "we can't judge," only God can judge foolishness, right?
Yeah.
And trying to say the fact that there's people in the church who say, look, you can't just let any freaking crazy child molester or 304 in here and expect us to like act like there's some bastion of Christian ethics.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like
telling men to not date women in the church. If she's saying that Christianity has become,
she's telling them not to date reformed prostitutes. Do you want men to date reformed prostitutes in the church, Lauren?
No, I don't actually.
No, and neither does Pearl, because she's smart, because she understands that what's going on inside of your Protestant churches, where everything is a personal Jesus, where you have destroyed your ecclesiastical authority, where you have destroyed an actual relationship with the church, that they will let in reformed prostitutes who just got their heads dunked a week before at heresy.com. And now suddenly they're your new trad wife.
What do you mean let into the church? I don't think someone like Nala should be in any type of leadership. I mean, aside from the fact that she is a woman, she is a porn star. So that's not something that I support. But if you actually read what Pearl has said in regards to just like the idea that Christian women who go to church are no different than secular women in regard to something like divorce, that's patently
she's right.
untrue.
No,
that's
it's not. It's not
If
untrue.
you look at the divorce statistics.
Yeah, let's look at the
Women
divorce
who go to
statistics and dive into it. So here's what is true. What is true is that self-identified Christians do get divorced at an even higher rate than secularists do. What happens is, if you look in it's a pious scale. So people who take the religion more seriously, the less likely they are to get divorced. But if you're talking about covert feminists who were literally sucking 100 penises last year on film in front of everybody, now suddenly they come into the church. That's your new trad wife. No, Pearl Davis says that's bullshit. We shouldn't follow that. And that has nothing to do with the Christian ethic, and it has nothing to do with the Christian faith. And she's absolutely right. That is a dismantling of feminism. Last thing that you want is your future leaders to be bogged down with former prostitutes. That seems like a bad idea, Lauren.
No, I don't disagree there. The video that I did about Nala specifically is responding to people who say that
you kissed her ass, Lauren. You kissed her ass. You kissed Nala's ass.
Yeah.
You kissed her ass.
If she is a new person born again, then we have absolutely no right to say that she has not been saved. Now, I also believe that the best indicator.
What do you mean? Why don't you have that right? You went to heresychurch.com and got her head dunked. What to you is salvation?
Her head dunked? What are you talking about?
Meaning that she walked into a church, the particular one that she went to is a church which is known to take in basically any type of celebrity that they can, and especially the more horrible ones. They instantly give them a baptism and then say, oh, you're cured and you found Jesus, and then they go on a testimonial tour. Why should we take that as being authentic? If you shall know them by their fruits, that means you shall know them by their works. And in this
ding, 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 ding,
your sins are resolved, sir. They're gone, just washed away by the hand of God.
And it's so funny that these women get saved, and all of a sudden, all the dicks are unsucked.
Yeah,
all the bastard kids don't
it's
matter.
All reversed,
right? But if a guy,
again,
yeah,
it's not like throwing a sausage down a hallway. Nonsense.
And you should say to her, like, Laura, you don't understand this, because it's like if you just took balls on the Chen, then you can't go back into church.
I want to say, like, doesn't this woman like hate religion?
No.
She's probably a grifter.
No, she's a Christian conservative like Lila Rose. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard her say anything positive about like
you know who also is like this is Sydney Watson.
Yeah, that's true.
Where is Nala giving compensation back to the hundreds and thousands of men who she did horrific damage to? Where's your demand for that, Lauren?
I don't have a problem with that. The video that I did, though, was discussing whether Nala's salvation is real. And I think ultimately I did say that we shall know them by their works. This is something that we will have to wait and see. I don't disagree as a concept that Nala is, my point, though, with Nala is that it is possible for her to be saved. There's no one who is beyond the redemption of Christ.
I didn't say that there was.
Change the fact that,
I didn't say that there was, but let me ask you a question.
Well, there you go.
Assuming for a second.
Can I clarify my position first?
Clarify
because
it.
you're saying a lot of things that I don't agree with. So I think you may not be sure as to what my actual beliefs are. I think a Christian man has every right to say that you were doing this yesterday. I don't want to marry you. I think there's no end to the standards that Christian men should have for other Christians. So I think a Christian man should be able to say no to dating a Christian woman if it's for something as simple as you are too much of a careerist.
Yeah, but
let alone you used to be a porn star.
But can is different than should. What Pearl's saying is you shouldn't do it. And I agree, you shouldn't do it. Not only that, let me ask you this, Lauren. Let's assume for a second that a person found Christ and they were convicted of doing some kid diddling. Would you let them watch your kid because they were saved?
No, absolutely.
No.
Hold on.
There it is, guys.
Yeah.
Is that a double standard that I see?
Yeah.
Hold on. AJ, you got to pull up my clip that I sent you earlier from the Chappelle show.
And
Can
Anonymous,
you show that?
it's not only a double standard, it's a double penetration standard.
Yeah.
Probably not because the show is copyright footage.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Percent.
Yeah, so then what happens is inside these churches, what's going on is these women are using Christianity as a cloak and a shield. Half the time they're doing pornography with a crucifix on their chest. Half the time they have quotes, biblical quotes on their butt cheeks. I've met these women time and time again through the whatever podcast and these other places. They're utilizing the church specifically as a shield and a cloak. When we get into the red pill prescriptions themselves, if we're going opposing to descriptors, red pillars are making it very clear that the church has become corrupted with feminism, and it has.
All right, well, that's all well and good, but that's
Then
not
just
what
shut
my
up and say
position
yes.
on Nala
Just shut up and
was.
say yes.
And I think
Dude,
I've been
they're literally letting in Europe and probably in the US, they're literally letting Muslims pray in churches or in front of churches.
That's crazy.
Just to make a point. I saw a bunch of freaking videos where just like these guys are just going there to do it just to be, I don't know, to be annoying, to like just like prove a point. I don't know.
In their culture, that's conquering.
Conquering, yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Good word.
That's conquest.
Yes. Yep. And it's like I don't see Christians going to mosques.
Exactly.
And and doing that stuff.
And you'll never see a Christian going inside of a mosque because they would attack him and kill him.
Exactly.
That is not going to happen. Because there's no tolerance for that the other way around.
Yeah. That hateful Christian who just went and prayed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, guys, isn't it funny how they say there's like Islamophobia, but no one ever says Christianophobia?
Yeah. To be fair though, AJ, I did see this video where there was like a black preacher and he told the guy to jog on. Like he was just like, get away from my church, go away. He was super based.
Yeah, and that was Tradcon.
Her ass that whole video. I watched the whole video. You were busy kissing her ass, telling her how great she was, and she's not great. She's a horrible, awful person who did horrible damage to people, has done nothing to give compensation to any of them.
I agree that she, like, I have seen people say like she should give away the money then if she's sincere. I don't disagree with that either. I will say that, we have people like Andrew Tate, who I think should also do more to compensate for the fact that he built his empire off of, running a cam service. But when it comes to the question of should a Christian man date Nala, should we accept her as a leader in the church? I think that's a no. It's a different question than is it possible for someone like Nala to have been saved?
Yeah, on the salvific claim, we would make the claim that the Orthodox would never make a claim that you're not saved. But that's really beside the point. What ends up happening? No, it is, and I'll tell you how. Because all of the tangling that you guys end up doing with these red pillars is just to say, who are you to judge? She's been saved. No, they should judge. Absolutely, they should judge. And more Christians should be very much more righteously judgmental against these horrific human beings who suddenly claim they found Jesus yesterday, go inside of the patriarchal churches and begin the dismantling of them from the inside out.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
Freaking parasites.
They're like agents that come in and destroy from within. I mean, that's it's a tactic.
Believe it or not, South Park kind of covered this. I just started watching a few of the newer South Parks. They were actually pretty much covering this topic where they're saying all the Christian women that they're like, I'm a Christian now, and they're a complete 304. It's actually really funny. And because they're exposing basically the same problem. Like, you don't just get kind of what they're trying to prevent. Andrew's trying to prevent, you can't just have your cake and eat it too. You can't just go be a 304 and all of a sudden you're not hot anymore. So you get saved all of a sudden. Now you get attention and recognition from all these people and tell them how to live. You didn't really kind of pay your penance and stuff. And if you were really kind of saved, you kind of shut up. You wouldn't be going all over the internet talking about it. And this woman shouldn't be giving her a platform about it.
Where's the thing? He's going to get to that here in a second. Snoward, you totally called it. Watch.
No, we should judge them. Yes, we should. Right, Lauren? We should judge these women, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Pornography is wrong. OnlyFans is wrong. But the question is, when someone turns away from that, do we accept them in the church as recognizing that they are sinners and that they are not in a
reason that we have a
position of leadership?
catechesis inside of Orthodoxy that takes many years is to make sure that you can weed out people who aren't ready for the faith. Theosis and Christianity is a lifelong process. The path is narrow. It's very easy to fall off of that path. There's no reason for us. In fact, I would say the opposite is true, that your relationship with Jesus Christ should be kept as private as possible, and all of your charitable contributions, donations, things like that should also be kept confidential.
Ding,
yes, that's
ding,
actually
ding,
scripture.
ding, ding.
That's actually written in scripture too.
Yes. And that's what people don't understand. Guys, the people who do the most charitable works, who contribute the most money towards charitable causes are usually more religious, more conservative, right? That's how it works. They're not out there trying to brag about
they're not
their
Joel
good deeds.
Osteen.
They're not trying to get seen doing the good thing. They're doing the good thing because they actually believe in doing it.
Yeah.
You mean modesty?
No, they don't need social credit. They
right.
Credit from God.
They're being modest and just being like, this is what I believe is right, and I'm not going to create a big hoo-ha-ha about it, right? Like, they're just like, this is what I think is right.
Yeah, sure.
It's crazy.
Remember how we saw a chick a couple nights ago? She had a giant cross, a black cross tattooed, where all the pearl necklaces will go. It's stuff like that. It's well, maybe if you did take it serious, you'd maybe want to get that cross removed in that sense, because you're this is the type of thing that's happening and stuff. They're not willing to make it right. They did a lot for these women. It's a grift for more attention.
Yeah.
Is these people go on these massive publicity tours, oftentimes heralded by people such as yourself, who make these videos, these long form videos, absolutely kissing their ass when you should be completely dismantling and wrecking them. They're horrific for the patriarchal structures, which you seem to want to advocate for. Why should we kiss their asses? So there's Pearl Davis. She's not kissing their ass. She says, no, broad, get out of here. You're completely destroying the fabric of society. And you're using this as a cloak. We can clearly see you're using it as a cloak. And you people lambast her for saying that. But it's true.
So when it comes to someone like Nala, do you think, you just said you should be keeping your relationship with Christ private. Do you think that someone who is newly saved should be, is it a bad thing if they share their testimony?
Absolutely. Running around the country trying to share your testimony of your salvation from the day before, it actually is a defeater to the position of the humbleness of Christianity. You're supposed to.
That's the most important clip of this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So everyone's like, oh, hallelujah. Like, I've been saved, right?
And all of your charitable contributions, donations, things like that should also be kept confidential. What happens instead is these people go on these massive publicity tours, oftentimes heralded by people such as yourself, who make these videos, these long form videos, absolutely kissing their ass when you should be completely dismantling and wrecking them.
And
they're
they're
horrific
profiting
for the
off of it,
patriarchal
too.
structures, which you seem to want to advocate for. Why should we kiss their asses? So there's Pearl Davis. She's not kissing their ass. She says, no, broad, get out of here.
I don't want this too much. Sorry.
You're completely destroying the fabric of society, and you're using this as a cloak. We can clearly see you're using it as a cloak, and you people lambast her for saying that, but it's true.
So when it comes to someone like Nala, do you think, you just said you should be keeping your relationship with Christ private. Do you think that someone who is newly saved should be is it a bad thing if they share their testimony?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Running
that's what we're saying.
around the country trying to share your testimony of your salvation from the day before, it actually is a defeater to the position of the humbleness of Christianity.
Exactly.
You're supposed to operate within Christianity with humility. That is the entire point of it. You're not supposed to pray publicly. You're not supposed to say, look at me. You're not
More
supposed to tell
pie,
people on Twitter,
less Boston cream pie.
Yeah. This gratification of your ridiculous sin that you've been like flaunting around for years and making money off of and doing all this other like stupid shit and just been like, oh yeah, no. Suddenly when you reach like 35 or whatever, it's like, oh wait, I regret all this now. Now I've made some money or whatever. I could be saved, guys.
Yeah. Guys,
I need attention. I require attention.
Yeah.
Guys, we hit 100 likes. Awesome. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button, guys. We are still trying to hit 30,000 subs. So let's try and do that by the end of the month. This month.
I'll pray for you. That's just saying fuck you. That's all that's saying. I'll pray for you is just saying fuck you. That's all it is. Okay? That's bullshit. That's not Christianity. That's something totally different than what Christianity is. And all I see is people on your side completely going after these red pill podcasters and people like this. And yes, it's true. Many of them are degenerates, but that doesn't make them less right about what's going on and the fact that the Christ pillars offer no prescriptions to marriage at all. They offer nothing.
I don't think that's fair to say they offer no prescriptions for marriage.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Okay, well then, okay, Lauren, why should a secularist man get married?
Guys,
give me one.
Pay attention to this, because this is Christian to Christian, okay? So if he asked one of us this, we would say he shouldn't, right? You know what I mean? Because this is Christian to Christian. Hey guys, how do you think that this is going to go? Because she's going to get cooked. Watch.
Good reason.
Yeah, I can tell.
Well, I think that having children is a very good and very important one.
Why should a secular man want children? Why would you want a secular man to have children?
Well, because I mean, aside from the general decline in birth rates, which I think is a
you want secularists to continue to reproduce? That seems like a good idea to you?
Yes, I think even if you are not Christian, you probably should have kids. We're at a point.
Is their marriage valid if it's a secularist marriage to begin with, Lauren?
Valid? No.
No. So you're basically telling them to sin, right, Lauren? Aren't you telling them to sin by telling them to get a non-Christian marriage and have children? Aren't you telling them to sin, Lauren?
Nice.
Checkmate.
Nice.
Damn.
Oh, guys, cooked.
Damn.
Cooked.
Wow.
Cooked.
Hey
guys, look at that. She hasn't thought of that.
She has to do.
Yeah. Guys, look at that.
Yep.
Now, guys, this isn't my fight because obviously, like, I'm not religious at all, but he's challenging her Christian Tradcon feminist worldview, you know?
Okay, this is
What's that? Yes, you're telling.
Yeah,
so
so-
you're
Dude,
telling
the
people to sin,
silence
Lauren.
was
That's your
deafening.
prescription.
Yeah.
The whole time you've been beating the holy hell out of the red pillars, and the entire time they've been right, and you've been telling them to sin, Lauren.
So hang on, let's
Answer the question, Lauren.
admit where I'm happy to admit where I'm wrong. This is not a problem
you're
for me.
not.
Let's talk about this. So, do you believe that it is sinful for a man to get married and have kids if he is not a Christian?
That's not marriage. Marriage is a sacrament between a man and a woman. That's within the purview of the Christian ethic. You have been running around with the rest of the Tradcons telling men to sin, Lauren. Why are you doing that? Why? Now answer my question. Why are you doing that, Lauren?
Well, I think you're illustrating something, and again, you're
think that
being
she's
you're
paid to.
getting upset with me
Yeah,
here, but
she's
I'm happy to hear if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Papal Orb Hunter says that's the problem. These be nice Christians.
Yeah.
This is fact.
Yeah, yes,
Absolute
100%.
facts.
Great point. Yeah.
Like I said, guys, I'm not religious at all, but guys, if anyone would actually like bring me to any faith, it'd have to be someone, Andrew Wilson, that actually stands on business. You know what I'm saying?
It's AJ, like this one knows like hatred and things like that are perfectly reasonable response to people who are supposed to be hated.
Yeah, degenerates.
Degenerate freaking people ruining our social fabric, ruining our countries, ruining our societies.
Right.
Get rid of them. They're evil.
The problem with people like Lauren Chen is that I think that she runs into the paradox of tolerance, right? Because she thinks that tolerance is a virtue, she's willing to tolerate really
Degeneracy.
yes,
The intolerable.
the intolerable.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. And you don't tolerate those people who don't tolerate you.
No,
and
everyone
are
could be saved.
intolerable.
Yeah, everyone could be saved. Everyone's just a Christian who's just been like
coexistence, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Yeah.
Like,
No. In fact, if I were part of this debate, I would quote the part of the Bible where Jesus said, "I mean to bring a sword to the world." I wonder how that she would react to that. I mean to divide families.
Didn't Jesus go into like a market full of sinners
And
full
started
of,
destroying the place?
and just
Yes.
basically tipping over tables
Yes.
and saying,
Yes,
"You're a
absolutely.
bunch of sinners. What are you doing in God's house? Like,
well,
what are you doing?"
Because
Like,
he was offended for his father.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's this thing called the paradox of tolerance, and I want people to look it up and read about the author and what he talked about, because tolerance is not a virtue.
Yeah,
you can take it way too far.
Yeah.
And this woman, Lauren Chen, she thinks in two absolutist terms. There's been two terms now that we've kind of caught her on, where she thinks in purely good and bad when it comes to this term is good, and does not think about actually applying it in the real world.
Yeah.
And it's
Again,
this
this is a way that a woman looks at the world. It's like this is like this tolerance of like men don't allow these kind of things to exist in the world. It's like
men draw a line.
Yeah, you think men are gonna allow guys who have like done unspeakable things in the church or in like some sort of institution? Hell no. You're gonna be shunned in society.
Here's a good test for men. A real man, and I don't mean to like preach or anything here, but like when I mean that they'll draw a line, no man is ever going to have a nice exchange with somebody who sexually abused a child.
No.
Okay, guys.
Hell
we
no.
need to- okay,
Oh,
all right,
sorry.
we
So
need to say
essay. Sorry.
Essay, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're all good. You're all good, dude.
I
Yeah.
have a hard time censoring.
No, yeah. It's hard because we actually have a real conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think we giving too much
plus
grace.
YouTube
Guys,
likes
let's
to
let
protect diddlers.
Let's have Mercy cut in here first.
Yeah.
I think we giving too much grace to this lady, as we always do. They don't care. She ain't talking about one verse. She don't really care. These women don't care, bro.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Well,
they have
she's
an agenda.
profiting from it.
Yeah, she didn't like quote a verse or like anything that happened in like a religious text or anything like that. Like
they don't care, bro.
Yeah.
Guys, let Mercy go because he's coming in new here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care, man. They have a feminist agenda that they're trying to do, and that's what they're doing, man. They don't care. And then, I mean, this guy has been reasonable, using common sense, trying to persuade her, man. But come on, man. We just got to draw the line, man. They don't care, man. I'm telling you, these women, they don't care, man. Y'all think I'm playing? They don't. They have their own agenda, and they'll tear the whole church apart to try to do what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I mean,
for
these
the
women
sake-
are claiming they're virgins. They're claiming they're virgins.
But for the sake of doing it, because Mercy, we're talking about are these Tradcon feminist chicks. These chicks like the Tommy Larens and all them, right? Where they're the one who want to lecture everyone about Christian values and what's best for society when they have the same feminist programming as all the rest of the 304s out here. When we actually pick apart their argument, or you challenge their worldview, or you trigger them just a little bit, all of a sudden the feminism comes out of them. All it takes is one little nudge, right? And it just comes out of them. So, but yeah.
They're just more clever. They're more clever in cloaking it, right? Yeah.
People, he says for the TOS slips. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thanks for the $10, my friend.
What is TOS?
You are scaring the hoes.
Terms of service.
Okay.
For the
Oh,
terms-
Jesus.
Yeah.
Roll, bastard.
Thanks, man.
About this, but I mean that is it is true. I have argued for like a civil marriage, even within, if you're going to have kids as a man, even if you're not religious, cohabitation does not have the same outcomes as a civil marriage. That is true. There is still a difference between,
and it's all sinful, right, Lauren?
Yes, I think
then
that
why are you
actually-
advocating that people sin? Answer my question.
I guess I would. That's true.
Amazing.
That's true. I guess
Amazing.
Oh,
Cooked.
man.
Cooked. Look at his face. Look at his face. The disgust and disdain.
Be first for people to.
And now you know
convert
why I think you're a feminist,
Sure.
Lauren. Now you know.
Yeah.
Because of the marriage thing?
Because you go out of your way. You haven't thought these positions. The problem is when you lift these positions from people and you haven't actually thought about them, you end up being at the mercy of them. The reason I engage so much with these red pillars, the reason I engage so much with them, so that I actually understand their positions. The reason that I engage so much with the Christian sphere is so that I can really understand the positions. You don't have a good understanding or grasp on these positions. And it's covert feminism. What ends up happening ultimately, because you haven't thought these through, is you end up advocating for things like this, which are literally sinful, and you don't even know you're advocating for them.
No, I think you're right on and I will cede that. But I think when it comes to like the voting thing, I don't think it's fair to say that I haven't considered it. I think this is a good illustration of you're right here when it comes to advocating for secular marriage. I think I can simultaneously acknowledge that a secular marriage still has better outcomes for those involved and any children involved than something like cohabitation.
Oh, you're a
But
Christian.
recognize
You're not a
that-
consequentialist. You're not looking for outcomes. You're not
But then
looking
also
for outcomes.
let me finish. But then also recognize that by my own standard, that is not a marriage and is therefore sinful.
So
I think
that would be a contradiction, a performative contradiction.
I don't think it would be performative. I think it would be but it's not just for performance though. If you're actually
this is what she means by
yes, it is for performance.
By performative, these Christian feminists can be on their knees or on their knees.
Heyo!
But that's basically what they're discussing.
Yeah, that's true.
The performance of X action leads to contradictions. A performative contradiction or worldview.
And then there's another analogy too. There's another analogy, like that scorpion, the frog, which I'm sure most people know what it is. But when the
swimming across the river,
it's swimming across the river. But when the scorpion stings the frog at the end, she's like, "Why did you do that?" He's like, "Well, I'm a 304. It's in my nature."
Yeah, it's in my nature. Yeah. And then we all die.
It's true.
It's a contradiction of my worldview, but I wouldn't say it's performative. I'm not doing it for an audience.
Okay, fine. We won't make the semantic too detailed, but it's a contradiction. Fine, as long as you can see that is contradictory inside of your worldview. But let's go even deeper. Let's go even deeper into it, so that you understand even more. Okay, where these guys are coming from. Why in the world?
Sorry. Could we just stop for a second, because we dove into what feminism is. I want to dive into what red pill is. First, though, I do need to get these chats up. Okay, Arceon says, I think feminism was designed as anti-patriarchy, but in practice, those who believe in it actually do care about egalitarianism. At least some do.
There's that word again.
The McClone Code says gender exists only if you think of it as the typical expected or something that developed from maybe earlier typical expect. Okay, thank you guys. I think we're all cut up
AJ,
there.
Can we
okay, so let's
actually put, and it would help me in the audience. Can we actually what is the real definition of egalitarianism? Yeah. What does that mean in the dictionary?
All right, so we're gonna go. Hold on.
Yeah, what's the dictionary definition of egalitarianism?
Because I actually don't.
The doctrine that all people are equal, deserve equal rights and opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you believe that men and women are inherently different, that means that they're not equal.
Yes.
No, the same as like
they're not the same.
Individual men are not equal because.
But guys, here's the thing: the doctrine that all people are equal, they leave out the context.
Yeah.
What do you mean by?
That's why I don't quite understand.
It's
really
deserve equal rights and opportunities.
Yeah.
What kind of rights and what kind of opportunities? This is too broad.
Rights should be congruent with responsibility.
This is like the definition of fairness.
Yeah.
It's a pipe dream. It's a very good sound, and like I said, this is exactly the way that this woman's been. It's a very good sounding idea until you put it into practice.
Yes. Here's the thing, guys. Wait.
Yep.
The doctrine that all people are equal and deserve. Now, guys, here's this deserve thing. Anytime that anyone uses this word, they're a commie, right? But guys, deserve equal rights and opportunities. It says what it should say, that the government determines what equal is and becomes authoritarian in order to enforce
it.
This. Okay. That's what they're leaving off.
I mean, like, let's go just like one step further. Well, equal rights. So if like, let's say an 18-year-old has a history of using firearms against innocent people in crimes, and you strip his right to own a firearm away, now his rights are not equal.
Yeah. Even on a more basic note about like equality, right? Like about equal outcomes. If you say that you're going to have a commune and everyone gets the same amount of food, right? Everyone's only allowed to have X amount of food, no more, no less. Well, here's a 5'1", 110-pound chick. I'm 6'3", 250 pounds. That's not fair.
Labor, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
not fair.
And you also have a different function, like you do other things. Like,
But just in the most basic sense, you guys are talking about C, D, E, F, G. I'm talking about A. I need more food than her.
Yes.
To survive. We're not equal.
Because the way that your makeup is.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, and AJ is also much more capable of output compared to that 5'1" person.
Right, AJ's gonna
Yeah.
AJ's gonna go out
Yeah.
there hunting the animals to bring a whole lot of protein, meat protein. back to the
she's capable of protein input. Come on.
Well, but meanwhile, the broads are out there, picking berries and veggies, and they think they think that they deserve all the the same amount of energy that the man had to put in.
But it's inherently different and thus not equal.
But
I don't like
that's
this
what I'm
term.
saying.
This term is not good.
No, but this is the problem with like socialism, communism, all of these things, where it's like you basically ground everyone down to an individual, and it's like you can't define, because every single individual's needs are different. Is that you can't. This is the problem, is that they try and like define this group characteristic when everyone is an individual. And that's the beauty of like capitalism and things like that. It's like it does grind everyone down to an individual, and it's up to you to define what your individual needs are.
Yeah.
It's
Instead of
the
trying
weirdest,
to prescribe it by government policy.
It's the weirdest like quandary that you can actually, because the thing is with socialism is that you actually do, like, when you get down to it, like, socialism is about like helping the individual, but it actually counteracts that by putting everyone into groups.
I think,
It's
and guys,
crazy.
I'll let I know Mercy, he was trying to cut in, and then Clue Studio, he just joined. Guys, here's the thing about socialism that these idiot wokies don't understand. First of all, the worst monopoly that there could ever be is the government, right, guys?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing. They want to get rid of hierarchies. They think that being communist is going to say that there's no hierarchies, right?
That's
Everyone's
the ultimate hierarchy.
equal. But exactly, because someone has to decide what fair is. And then if someone is deemed to have taken more than their share, someone has to enforce those quotas, meaning someone has to have the guns. That's why the socialists disarm the population first. And so whoever's in that top class, the government, the elites, they're the ones that actually get to enforce said rules of what fairness is. And then what happens if I don't like Mercy, right? I can call, Anonymous and Colin, who are the commissar, and be like, hey, Mercy's taking too much food. And then what happens? They go and drag him out of his house. He has a quote unquote trial, and then they take him out.
Exactly. We're going to put you through a kangaroo court, pleb, and then we're going to send you off to a work camp.
Yeah. Clue Studio, how you doing, man?
What's going on, AJ? You're Doug's brother, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found your channel through Doug MPA.
Right on, man. Yeah.
Hey AJ, we got a lot of other people coming in. I'm gonna duck out then.
Matt, thanks, man.
Yeah,
I
and thank
appreciate
you
buddy.
for mentioning my Twitter tonight. You guys,
everyone
all have a
follow
great
Matt.
night.
Have a good night, Matt.
Have a great night.
Take it easy. Clue, what do you have on the topic of Tradcon feminists and these Tommy Lahrens and these Megyn Kellys and all these chicks that
Sydney
claim to be
Watson.
conservative women, but they're just feminists, right? Just right along with everyone else.
AJ, here's the thing, though. Women do what women do. Women go with the most powerful at the moment. So before Trump got back in office, these women kind of sided with the liberal side. Now that Trump's in office, they switch over to the conservative side. But the new agenda is to divide the conservatives. So in 2028, a Democrat can win. So the two sides of conservatives are the conservatives that side with women, the Tradcons, and the conservatives that are more MGTOW.
Yeah.
They're trying to divide that. So when it comes time to get to the polls, they can vote for. I mean, half of them can vote for a conservative president, and half can vote for independent. Therefore, a Democrat can win. So that's what all this is.
They're basically
to
doing
divide
the whole Ralph Nader thing, right?
Yeah. Basically. Hold on. Y'all go ahead. I'm ahead.
Yeah. No worries. Let me see. FYI, Bob says egalitarian means equal.
All right.
For instance, commonality and compatibility in a relationship. Facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
I still don't really quite get what it means, but that means it's probably BS, and it's a blanket statement.
Well, it's just assuming that all of us are equal. Guys, all of us are not equal. Some are taller, some are shorter, some are faster, some are slower, some are born, with Tylenol brain.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
brain. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like guys, we are not. And here's the craziest part, guys. Put a 1 if you agree. Capitalism is a masculine mindset, and socialism is a woman's mindset. Period. Right?
Yeah.
And guys, us men, we know that we're different. We know that this is what I would say about these chicks, right? Chicks will see like a hot chick with a rich guy and think, oh, well, she's just a woman like me. Why don't I have him? Us guys, we know in our little group in college, we knew who the attractive one was, or we know who the rich one was. We know who, the one who had game. You know what I'm saying? We know who the buff one was. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So we know what we're different. If we're playing bad football, basketball, we can say this guy's faster than me. This guy, he has a better jump shot. So we plan. But women see each other as all the same. That's what they think. They're all 10s because they honestly think that Rihanna
but
gets
none of them are 10s. None of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. They honestly think, Rihanna gets dudes because she's light skinned or she has different hair or different eyes. Like, no, she's better looking than you are. Period. Who was saying something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, it's just it sounds good in theory, but then when you put it into practice, I mean, they won't even pay for the first date.
Yeah.
But they talk about they're equal and we're equal. And then when you talk about socialism, in these countries where they practice that, they wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. You gotta understand. See, they're socialists, but then they're hypergamous.
Yeah, they're socialists. What is it? They're socialists. They're socialists in society and capitalists in their dating lives.
Yeah. What you mean? You mean like Venezuela? You mean like all these places where it's like, oh, like the US is interfering right now because it's a freaking hellscape for these poor people that live in Venezuela.
Do you guys
and
see
then all these chicks are like saying like, oh, it's imperialism. Oh, it's all these like nasty people.
But you see, all these Venezuelans are cheering and doing backflips. It's the craziest thing when you see woke liberal white women and guys put a 1, another 1. If you agree, college educated, upper middle class white chicks are the most dangerous group of people on the planet.
Yeah,
because they can be victims and empowered at the same time, guys. Look at how many woke, college-educated white chicks are screaming at the Venezuelans as the Venezuelans are holding signs of the Orange Man and saying down Maduro. This is the same with guys. The gym that I used to go to, it was owned by a woman who was from El Salvador, right? And El Salvador was so bad for so long that a lot of El Salvadorians would just say "my country." They wouldn't even say El Salvador because they were so ashamed of being from there. And then Bukele came and put everyone in jail. Guys, this is the first time she said since she was little where her families can actually stay out past dark and have parties and barbecues because it was so dangerous. This is the first time that they've had a travel ministry where they're actually making tourists come into the country.
You mean like a free country?
Yeah.
AJ, they're finding out that they've been lied to.
Yeah,
they found out that everything was a sale. Okay, everything ever since they were in their 20s, they've been told. Okay, I'm giving an example. Cosmopolitan magazine told them to get a piano. If you buy a piano, get a piano in your house, you'll let all your friends know that you got that piano without a man. You didn't need a man to get that piano. You bought that piano, even though this person, this person, this woman,
it's all good.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me.
I do it all the time, man.
Even though this woman doesn't know a C chord or a minor chord or major scale or anything, she got a piano in her house because she wanted to let the world know that a man did not help her buy that piano. So now she got that piano in her house. And now what? It's 2026. What? The piano's not making her happy or what? What's happening?
Yeah.
What's the deal here?
Yeah, that was one of the first things, and he is correct, guys. The piano room, they said, oh, in Cosmo, it's the hip new thing to have a piano room in your house. And that's because there was a piano company that was going to go out of business because they weren't selling pianos. So Cosmo, they gave Cosmo money. They were one of the very first big donors to Cosmo and said, here, make it look like it'll be chic to have a piano room. And all these dunderheaded broads who didn't play piano all of a sudden bought pianos. You don't know Bach or Chopin, you dunderhead.
You don't know Beethoven. You never heard of Beethoven. You can't even spell his name correctly.
Yeah. Oh wait, that was that movie from the 90s about a dog, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay, here we go, guys.
This
Talk about what the red
chat.
Oh yes.
Was it see what this
FYI Bob says, let me remind the audience that Lauren Chen is a Russian shill who took money from Russia. That's right. That was
She's Russian?
Her. That's no.
That
She
Lauren
took
Chen,
money from Russia. Yes. I thought so. I forgot about that. Yeah.
She is pretty though. I have to give it to you. She's pretty though.
Yeah.
But she's a Putin shill, obviously.
Yeah.
So
red pill.
What was the goal of her taking them? What is the Russian goal in this? I don't quite understand.
I guess to like make it seem like Russian man is not too bad.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Orange man bad, but not Russian man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I view as the problems with red pill. So I view the red pill as kind of an offshoot or something that developed from maybe earlier MGTOW or manosphere types. So a lot of the complaints center around inequality before the courts and family law specifically benefiting women. I don't disagree there, but you mentioned yourself that they can be degenerate. And when I look at someone like the Fresh and Fit guys who do talk about, like, they encourage promiscuity among men, that's not something that I support.
Yeah, but again,
but who are you to tell men to not do that? And that's why she's a feminist. Just like Pearly Things told to Lila Rose. It's up to the men to tell men, hey, look, man, it's probably not a good thing to be slanging dang around town. See, women like Tommy Lahren, this chick, Lila Rose, are trying to shame men and say, look, you should. It's like, no, it should be up to other men. A man's father, if he's in the church, the clergy, to say, look, man, that's probably not the best thing for you to do. You know what I'm saying? But she thinks that she has some authority here to tell men what they need to do. And that's why she lands straight in feminist land.
This is a detailed problem with your worldview. So let me dive right into this as well. These are secularists, and these secularist men are trying to help secularist men. The Christians are supposed to be coming in with solutions to these issues, and what happens is, like you, they have actual contradictions inside of their worldview. So these guys don't want to listen to them. What you guys?
Studio, you dropped off, pal. Hold on. Yeah, come back in, dude. You dropped off.
Say is, oh, hey, just roll the dice and hopefully you'll get lucky and maybe you won't marry one of these horrible women. What is the actual Christian prescription? So then tell me, Lauren, what is the actual Christian prescription to hypergamy in society from women and mate selection? What is the actual solution that you have from a Christian ethic that you can give these guys that's better than what Fresh and Fit gives them?
I don't have a problem with hypergamy.
Yeah, that's not my question.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. You
What?
absolute degenerate, knuckle-headed moron. Of course not. Look at that.
woman.
What an absolute demon. Of course she doesn't.
Moron.
Of course she doesn't, guys. What,
This
guys?
is unbelievable.
Guys, put an NS for not surprised, guys. What a joke.
Put an L in the freaking chat. Like, this is ridiculous.
What a joke, man. Come on, man.
My question is, if you believe in monogamy because you're a Christian, but women are not acting in a monogamous way inside society, which they're not, what is the prescription that you're going to give to men? There's not enough women to go around who are virtuous for the virtuous men. What prescription are you going to give to the secularists? Do you even have one? You don't have one, right?
Well, no, I think the solution is to do things like change family court, like absolutely change the law surrounding divorce. I think a lot of men, even if they are secularists, would feel better going into a marriage if they didn't think that there was such a good chance that they absolutely lose everything in the divorce. And I also think that you say that there's not enough good women to go around. I think that's true. And in my video talking about the women and...
Is she answering his question, guys?
Yeah. So what is your solution?
Thank you. Thank you. Guys, see,
what is your
guys,
solution to the fact that men get railed in court?
Exactly.
To men who go out on the dating scene, who get absolutely destroyed in any kind of like social structure, like they get told that they're a creep, or they didn't pay for a first date, or they didn't do any of these things that you so-called feminist women want done, even though you want to be equal.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, guys, this is why she's a feminist. Right here.
Sorry, women and the right. I believe a lot of this stems from a lack of leadership from men.
Yeah, because you don't want to be led.
Yeah, see? You see? There it is, guys. Feminism 101.
Amazing.
It's men's fault. It's men's fault. It's all men's fault. We, us women know not what we do. Right? Come on.
Oh, she's a homo.
Come on, man. Look at that.
Yeah, when we start putting some like boundaries and discipline, we're the bad guys instantly. Ridiculous.
Church. I think there should be a lot of churches, they prioritize gynocentrism, female sensibilities over actual male leadership. And I think that's a problem. And I think if we were to let the
This
church
doesn't answer the
flourish in
question.
that way-
Thank you.
What is the actual prescription that you can give to men right now who are facing down the barrel of marriage, right? Where you have a state contract in a secular way. These guys are speaking to secular men. You're the Christian who's trying to convert them. What's the actual prescription that you're going to give these guys when it comes to marriage? What is it, Lauren?
Well, I think you pointed out that any prescription when it comes to marriage, if you're talking to a secularist, should be to follow.
Canadians, Spider-Man's right. Guys, I don't agree with Andrew Wilson's position on secular men because obviously, I don't believe in this. But once again, I don't have to agree on 100% of everything he says, right?
Yeah.
I think that with Andrew Wilson, the pros outweigh the cons.
Oh, Christ, because anything less than that is not a marriage.
It's in the vacuum of his Christian beliefs.
Yeah.
But he's also pointing out the problems. He's like, this is what's happening with the government getting involved with all of this stuff.
Yeah.
It should be the church who's involved with this stuff.
Yeah. Because I was on another panel, and this guy was like, basically, I'm anti-red pill sucks, and and I wish that the government would just get out of marriage. I'm like, well, we say the same thing, guys. More red pill guys I know would actually prefer that because it's not the church that cooks you in divorce; it's the state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If there was no government involved in marriage, more guys would probably get married.
Yeah. My most favorite quote is from a guy in the UK. It's AJP Taylor, and he's like a World War I survivor, and he says this is one of my favorite quotes that he says a sensible law-abiding Englishman could pass through his whole life and hardly notice the existence of the state beyond the post office. Like, that's exactly the world I want to live in.
Yeah.
Is that I don't even want to interact with the government in any way apart from sending a letter.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I can't imagine a more perfect world.
FYI, Bob says the solution is desirable, worthy, and humble women for marriage. Facts, guys, facts. And that's why, guys, monk mode for passports. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the $5, man.
You are scaring the hoes.
Guys, here's the thing. Someone said, oh, well, you can find a hot Colombian chick or a hot Lithuanian chick or Latvian chick, and you move her here, and in 10 or 12 years she'll cook you and divorce. At least you'll get 10 to 15 years of a traditional youth, skinny, pretty chick. See, you're better off.
Better than a chick here that'll be 4 years and she's a pig.
Not even that. You're starting from the jump with some man-hating feminist who's not going to cook, clean, and give you that gluck.
Gluck 9000, yeah, exactly.
You are better off, guys, importing one and at least getting 15,000. 180,000 miles out of it before it blows up. You know what I'm saying? These Western chicks, they don't even make off the lot,
Yeah, before I need a new transmission,
Chris, what's up, dude?
Hey, man, what's up, guys?
Long time, man. How you been? I was telling everyone about your Riley Gaines post and how those knuckleheads came for you and your face.
Oh, they still are. They still are.
Sorry, what is this?
Oh no, I said a while back, I don't support Riley Gaines, and it was just conservacucks all over my page when I said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was saying that women like her voted for this. They let this happen to themselves and then want us men to just all of a sudden swoop in, right, and save their freaking sports that nobody watches. Guys, come on.
Here I come to save the day.
It's not happening. It's not.
Yeah, you voted for this. Like, you know what? You made your bed, you lie in it.
Yeah. Guys, here, go over to Chris's channel and drop him a sub, man. Chris has been a sub for a long time, guys. I've been on his panel. He's been on mine. So guys, go over there and drop him a sub, man. So.
Oh yeah, AJ, shout out. I don't think you understand that day when you came on my panel. You were debating probably one of the most notorious trolls in YouTube. You just SKC, who you were debating. I had no idea who it was until somebody from Ticket TV's channel contacted me. He's like, "Oh, SKC was on your channel. Did you hear?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, he was a clown. Yeah, he's just and the thing is, at least troll well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I never saw this. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah, he was just saying stuff, just silly stuff like.
Supreme Coon Killer, that was his name.
Yeah.
Coon 9000.
Here's the thing about trolls that's right. It's like you spend so much time trolling on other channels. If you were to make your own, you'd actually somewhat be successful if you put out that much effort into your own platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, just trolling.
Troll would be funny too.
Yeah.
Or even then, if you're gonna be online, make your own platform and like make a little something off of it. How are you gonna? There's someone who's Chris. You know who that one Jazz Noel chick is? She's on a lot of like predominantly black panels. She crashes out all the time. The time.
Yeah.
A total man-hating B-dub feminist. She goes all these panels and just crashes out, cussing, screaming, passive aggressive. She's the one that my brother cussed out on Jeff St. James's channel. So, anyways, she's on all these panels crashing out, and yet she doesn't have a channel of her own. It's like, if you're gonna crash out, at least get paid. At least bring people to your channel so you can get views. but she just crashes out just to crash out, and that's how trolls are. You know,
some people just like to watch the world burn, AJ.
Yeah,
that's how a lot of people get off.
Yep. So
they go, yeah, but I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to, have sex with a bunch of hot chicks and then never tie myself down with the state. That makes a lot more sense. Can you actually tell me why that's illogical from a secular progressive state? I can't actually think of how it's illogical for a man who's a secularist to say, I don't want to get married in the current sphere. The women are not virtuous. And instead, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to have tons and tons of sex.
Now, this is another thing that Andrew Wilson does, and they act like if there's a binary. You're either a religious married guy or you're
like
banging whores. It's like, no, that's not how it works. That when the majority of Gen Z and young millennial dudes are not dating and not having sex, and the majority of millennial women and Gen Z are, that means that all the women are sleeping with all the same guys. The men are not out there being degenerates, either by decision or because they can't get any. But you can't.
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite, where it's like, sorry, all the girls seem to be getting all of the diseases. When you look at the numbers of like what's actually going on, it's because they're being promiscuous.
Yeah, they're coming across this
Pull out game, mate. Pull out game, man. I just don't pull out, bitch. For you motherfuckers that want to know, I don't pull out. It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out.
30 kids, dude. Like, amazing. He procreates.
And that's it. Why is that actually problematic from that stance? Doesn't it seem like it's good advice for fresh and...
If your problem with women is that too many of them have slept around, etc., then I don't think you need to be a Christian to recognize that by continuing to sleep with these women, you are exacerbating the problem. Unless you're
that would be contrary to hypergamy. Hypergamy is actually stating the opposite within the red pill thought process. They're actually stating the opposite, that most men cannot sleep with X amount of women. Most of them cannot. Most women can sleep with whatever guy they want. Most guys cannot sleep with whatever woman they want.
Yeah.
So it would actually be the opposite.
Because men will sleep with anything.
2 + 2 is 4. Isn't it funny how girls say guys are dogs and will bang anything, right? But then act like us men, we're so picky and blah, 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 blah. They'll brag about how picky that they are. It's like, if you're that picky, that means that a lot of guys don't check those check boxes
within their sphere. So they're telling men, actually, you're probably not going to be able to do this thing. However, here's self-improvement you can do, which would improve your chances of mate selection and things like this. From a secular standpoint, how in the world could they possibly be wrong? What are you offering? This is the question. What are you offering from the Christian church, from the Christian perspective, to combat these ideas?
Correct.
What are you actually showing them?
Well, once more, you talk about the fact that, well,
guys, what are the odds that she's not going to answer this question? Right?
100%.
Yeah.
Vegeta said it best.
They're offering self-improvement so that men can improve their chances for mate selection. I will maintain, if you are a man who believes that promiscuity amongst women, sleeping with men who they are not married to, is a problem, you cannot engage in that same behavior while complaining about the problem. You are exacerbating the problem.
Yeah, but most of those men are not exacerbating the problem. This is not a male problem. This would be a woman problem when it comes to hypergamy. If most of the women are sleeping with a select few men, how's that a man's issue?
Thank you.
That would be a woman's issue.
Thank
and again,
this is the same as you look at Mercy, Chris, Seagrip, myself. How many times have we heard it's the men, guys? 54% of black men are single and childless. 30% are married. That means 16% of black men are responsible for that 77 to 80% of bastard kids in our community.
Yeah, and that is a female problem. That's not a male problem. That's a female problem.
If 84% of men are doing what we're supposed to do, and almost 80% of women aren't, whose problem is it?
who gets the negative consequences?
Thank
it's
you.
the women.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
Still have not answered the question from the church, from the Christian perspective. What would you do to solve that?
Well, I think what we need to do to solve that is when it comes to things like, I mean, sex outside of wedlock, as a church, we have fault. Like the Christian church has failed in enforcing those moral standards.
Which
I mean,
is
it's true.
People like you.
Shaming people.
She's not even saying anything.
Shame.
She just talks and talks and talks and talks. Imagine all the oxygen that this chick wastes that we could all be breathing. You know?
Yeah, amazing.
How many, if you think about like church singles groups or even just general services, how many of them talk about something like sex within marriage specifically? It's not a popular concept. It's not something that I think a lot of church leaders quote think is a winning topic. But because of that, even amongst people within the church, like that's a problem.
No, okay. Well, here, I'll give you this solution because that's a non-solution. That's just literally prattle. You didn't say anything. Here's the actual solution.
Sorry, I'll let you continue. But
Go ahead.
what I've said there is that the church should absolutely be pushing to enforce those moral standards, preaching those moral standards.
Which church?
Christian churches, like the church is the body of Christ.
Yeah, but the problem is that within Protestantism, you have so many different denominations, so many of them which embrace feminism, LGBTQ, this type of thing. They have no unified message. Only the traditional churches, Orthodoxy and Catholicism, do. That's it. That's why
don't accept it.
That's true. That's true.
Muslims have become.
Guys, this is the beautiful thing about the separation of church and state. Do you guys know who benefits the most from the separation of church and state?
The church.
Exactly. Guys, in the UK, guys, the king is the Pope of England. He's the Pope of the Anglican Church.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He's the head of the church. Okay?
Yeah, he's the head of everything.
So, but when the British government passed same-sex marriage, the Anglican Church had to perform those marriages. They had to. They had no choice. Was it France, Denmark, Sweden? They like even in like Denmark, where they're like 98% secular, their church, they still have a national church, and they pass same-sex marriage, and those churches have to do same-sex marriages. Here in the United States, oh no, you don't. No, you don't.
They're all cut. All of these freaking European churches, they're all cut by all of these like feminists and all of these like gays.
Yeah. But here, even though they federally passed it, if you have the church of Colin can say no, I'm not doing it, and it's totally within his right.
So popular where they're at when they're pushing traditional values. That's the reason why. So I can tell you how you can actually make a lifeline to these guys if you actually want to bring them over to your side. If you really want to understand how you can fix this problem, you fix the problem with a move to patriarchy. That's the thing red pillars will embrace, a move to patriarchal systems. That's what Christianity can offer to the secularists, which bring them over to our side, a move to patriarchy. Because absent patriarchy, what has happened?
Churches need to embrace that.
Yeah, but they have no ecclesiastical authority. Because there's no ecclesiology, they can't do it. Protestant churches can't do it. They don't have the necessary ecclesiology in order to move into a patriarchal system. They don't have any reference for marriage. They don't have any laws or bylaws regarding marriage.
They don't stand on business. They let the friggin' zesty, choir director and the single moms and their bastard kids in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. They have no laws or bylaws regarding anything, whereas the traditional churches do have that ecclesiastical authority.
Yeah.
That's why the traditional Abrahamic religions do so well, and why Protestantism does not do so well. And so hang on, I'm almost done. When you're making the advocation for this, the reason that you have a pro-feminist stance without even knowing it is because if you want to solve the problem on the red pill side and the Christ pill side, the one unifier that you have is a patriarchal systems. They will agree with that, and you can move them out of that. But just telling them, oh no, just be monogamous, that doesn't do anything for them. Because who are the women left? They get the leftovers to be monogamous with. That's what they get.
All right. Well, I mean, when it comes to things like divorce within the Catholic Church, at least if we're going with nominal Catholics, it is still high, unfortunately.
Depends on the country. That's one.
Yeah.
And
Depends
there's influencers which happen inside of Western nations, especially due to feminism. In Orthodoxy, the rates are very, very, very low. Also, Orthodoxy offers the ecclesiastical authority and the requisite to get married outside of the state. It's not a requirement because these are sacraments. These are messages which you can give to actual red pillars to move them over to Christ. What you can't tell them to do, though, is, hey, take the big risk and the big gamble because Jesus would really like it if you did. That's insane messaging.
That's not my position, by the way, to take the risk and the gamble, to just roll the dice. I absolutely don't think that's a good idea for men to do. And I think that there are definitely things that you can do that would reduce your likelihood of getting divorced.
There
What the heck kind of answer is that?
Of course, it's not one.
Yeah.
Well, it's like also like Andrew's talking about these privileges that are like in the US.
Yeah.
Like you go anywhere else in the world, these are not privileges that are like in Europe or anywhere like that. Where it's like, dude, you get absolutely destroyed by the state. Like anything like this.
You know what's crazy is you're already paying aren't there European countries where you're paying 47% tax rate or some foolishness?
You go to France, it's like 55%.
Yeah.
You go to France, it's crazy. But because they live in this ridiculous, insane supposed utopia where they just send all of their money to African
well, the number one thing about this is they established that crazy social welfare system after World War II, but it was based strictly on income tax. That's why their income tax is so high, right?
And that's why
that was fine with the post-war boom. But then what happened in the mid-70s, right? The gas crisis. Oops.
Oh dear.
And then the silent generation started aging out.
Yeah.
And then this one knuckleheaded prime minister, he lowered the retirement age from 65 to 60. So all of a sudden, there was a higher unemployment for the gas crisis. And then with that, and there is not enough people working to actually pay for the welfare state.
Yeah.
But anyone that tried to diversify where they were getting that money from, like taxing other things, they would get voted out of office. So what did the French do? Start taking on debt. I think it was 1987 or 88 was the first time where they had gone through all their money, and now they're taking on more and more debt each year to float the social welfare state. And here's the thing: the way their system's set up, it's so easy to vote someone out of office that you can't make any meaningful changes. So France is cooked.
It's crazy. Le Pen is not even on their radar. It's crazy.
Guys, we're well past time. Guys, let's do this. We'll pause it here, guys. We'll do part 2, maybe part 3, right? But guys, anything else on the topic before we switch gears?
I mean, like all of these. Again, it comes down to the girls want their cake and eat it too. That's what they want. They want to be able to like this girl who's supposed to be a Christian. She's supposed to be a Christian, adhere to what her man says, what her religious doctrine tells her to do.
Yeah,
she rejects it.
Yeah,
and it's sorry, there's no hope for someone like that.
Yeah.
It's you're going to be alone with cats with a bunch of boxed wine.
Yeah,
that's it.
And they don't care either.
And they don't care because they know Big Daddy government is going to come in. And again, this is a woman who's, I'm assuming, in the US, who lives in the greatest fucking nation to ever exist in modern time, and she just again is just bitter and nasty and doesn't want to adhere to the people who actually do all the work.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's clear as day. It just really annoys me. It really, really annoys me. No one gets any, like me or Snowboard, or anyone else who works with their hands or does actual work. in dangerous situations, we don't get any recognition from these boards. Zero recognition. And we're just looked over like we're nothing.
That's that's the unfortunate part when even the Christian girls, I'll say they're worse than the secular girls.
Yeah.
If you poll the average Christian girl, like, okay, who's like an actual suitable partner for me? If they're in church, they're only looking at the musician or the pastor. If they don't get the musician or the pastor, they're like, oh, there's no men in the church. So I've seen this. It's not. So I would say back then, like, you'd be like, okay, I'm looking for a good girl. I got to go to church. Now it's the opposite. So Christianity,
they're looking for church Gavin.
Yeah. If a chick nowadays, if a chick's wearing a cross on her neck, guys.
Run! Which shows they're hypocrite, basically.
Yeah, well, nowadays the average Christian girl, she's not, she's looking to get pulled, and you can pull her,
Yeah.
And all these girls back in the day, they all used to be like virgins. They were all like, like especially like my grandmother's day. Like my grandmother, like her husband that she married was her second partner ever. Like she'd only ever slept with one other man who was killed in World War II by being shot down in an aeroplane. That her second husband was someone who was also in the forces who managed to survive.
Guys, here.
Crazy.
While you're here, guys, go and subscribe to Omni's channel. He's building his channel up over here.
Good stuff on that.
Go over there. Just try and get him to over 100 subs here pretty soon. All right. Yeah, guys, let's do this here. Give me 1 second, and then we'll set this bad boy off. Hold on, guys. Let's do this. Where are we?
That's the sound of the police.
Oh, guys,
that always like scares me, kind of.
Yeah.
Here we go. Guys, look at this absolute demon, right? Look at this.
Okay, now you're under arrest.
Oh my god.
On August 6th, police in Pekin were called to a neighborhood.
Ohio, Illinois, Florida.
After a disorderly woman blocked traffic and threw objects at passing
clown.
vehicles.
Oh
Speaking with her goes
God.
nowhere as she acts belligerent and causes
What is
a
she, a
scene
mad
until
scientist
officers
or
finally
something?
step in and put an end
She's
to
got
it
like the
before
Gen
she
Z haircut. She's got the broccoli haircut.
Oh my god.
Did you crash her bike?
Oh my god.
That's what happened. Okay, well, I saw what I saw. Okay, he got in your face and he elped like this and stuck you in the face. Stop standing up for him.
Good. Whoever he is, he's a hero.
He's my friend. I understand that, man, but friends don't treat friends that way. Your phone number? You guys are so young. Your phone number?
How old are you?
That's really not important right now.
Why?
Yeah, I'm definitely
I'm just asking you a question, bud.
Just so you know.
So don't be offended.
24? Fun fact. Yeah, he's the second oldest. They're all young. They're all young men.
Sweet.
I want to punch this chick. I just saw her.
Get out of the road.
Sweet.
Get out of the road.
Sweet what?
Get out of the road.
For what?
Because you're standing in the middle of the road.
Really?
Yes. Either move now or I move
There's
you.
traffic going by you, dumb.
Get out of the road. This way.
Fucking bitches. You're fucking bitches. You're a fucking bitch. Get out.
Dude, I wish this was like the Mid East or something. They would just be pounding.
I know.
It'd be like flattened immediately.
I didn't touch you,
Get
trust me.
the off me.
Shut up.
Don't. No, I'm not gonna shut up.
Do you want a ticket for
I'm not gonna shut up.
for a drunken pedestrian in a roadway?
Drug?
I said drunken
What drunk?
pedestrian in a roadway.
What?
The drunk.
What?
The you drunk.
Who are you?
You
You think I'm drunk, but that's not it. I just have mental health issues. You.
I'm Officer Bucco.
Oh my God.
I know.
Prove it to me, buddy. Prove it to me and peek
You
you
will.
in Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're sweet. What are you guys arguing about? What?
View me, whatever.
I don't even know what you're
What
saying.
the fuck? What? Yeah. I deal with you shit and fire people. Yeah.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of my face. Get the out of my face.
Look at this guy. He's laughing. He's like, well, how do I end up here?
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
now. Okay. I'm
Now
leaving.
relax.
I'm leaving. I have a wife. Get the off me.
Get your
Get
hands off me.
off me.
Just relax.
Get the off me.
Uh-oh, it's...
What you think?
Put your hand behind your back.
Uh-oh. Don't do that.
Hey, grab her feet and pull them out.
Swear to God, this is the only time where any man worth a damn is paying attention to him. So guys,
Yeah.
they love this. She wanted this to happen.
She's giggling everywhere.
Three people. Okay. 3 people. 3 guys. Okay. Whatever. 3 guys. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, fix me.
You're under arrest for back to a police officer.
Whatever, buddy. You'll learn. You'll learn. Get my face off the floor. Get my face off the floor. Right now. Get
You know, they
my
even still
face
think they're in control.
off the floor.
This is like one of these like
Now.
taxidermy shit who's into like
Now.
all this
Get my
ridiculous
face off
nonsense.
the floor.
Come on,
Now.
tuck your knees up.
Now. Now.
Look at her pants.
I don't care
Like,
what you
she
have
probably
to do,
like took a
get my
dump
face
in
off
her
the floor.
pants.
Thank you.
Stand
Thank
up.
you. Thank you.
Stand up.
Oh, this is what it means. Oh, my what? My pants are falling down. Do you even care when your mom has to go through?
Oh,
I'm
that's
old.
gross.
Your mom. Oh, look at the
There's a lot of
face.
cottage
Look at
cheese
this.
in that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe we should have a belt.
Oh, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it for sure. You're gonna get it for
Start
sure.
walking.
Don't even. Get my pants off. Get my pants off. Stop restraining me.
Just drive the truck
Stop
over.
restraining me. Stop. I will behave. Stop restraining me. Stop restraining me. I'm a mother. Stop
Of course she is, right?
restraining me. My pants are coming off. Stop.
Ugh.
Stop. Stop. My pants are fucking leaving my blood hole.
This is
Oh my god.
Oh my god, man.
You guys are going to be so much in trouble. Oh my God, I'm going to kick everything out of you. Oh yeah, you especially. And you know it. 'Cause I know you. I know you. Yeah. This is what you deserve, huh? This is what you think is appropriate. This is what you think is appropriate. For fucking showing my ass. You think this is appropriate? It's my ass. You think this is appropriate?
I think all these cops would
Does she need to go to the hospital or anything? Do you have a medical complaint?
Look at all the resources used. for
Any of my
this
children.
Oh, now she's crying.
Stop! Stop!
All right,
idiot.
sit
They'd
up.
probably find
Let
drugs
her
in
roll
her
on her
pocket or
side. Try
something.
and get her pants up.
Can you imagine how bad she smells too?
What a mess.
Oh yeah.
Sit up.
Like wet
We can help you
socks.
up. We'll sit you in the back of the car.
You guys are pathetic.
Sit up.
You guys are pathetic. You guys are pathetic. All right,
They're pathetic?
right here.
Guys, look at this. Watch this.
It's poor cops, man.
Watch. This guy steals a. He comes
Oh,
out the
man,
cops.
older.
Watch, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Hold on.
I didn't know Kawasaki even made those.
Look. This has to be somewhere in the Southwest, maybe like Nevada or New Mexico.
Did someone leave their keys in it?
Yeah, that's common. Equipment like that always
video
will
of
have a
this?
key in it.
I'm
Or under
watching
the
him live
seat or
right now.
something.
You're on scene or video? Over video. Not. We have a guard on site, and I did dispatch them. Okay, hold on one sec.
Why they put the keys in it?
We're gonna be having
keys and stuff like that.
We've got a killdozer situation.
Okay, I'll get it.
Nice.
Okay, hold on.
Guys.
Yeah.
He's just gonna drive right through the fence.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's an
How do you think you're gonna
Okay,
get
the
away with
suspect,
this
white,
guy?
black, Hispanic, or Asian? Looks either white or Hispanic. Okay. Can you tell how old he might be? Maybe late 20s, 30s. Okay. And what color shirt and pants is he wearing? He has a tan beanie, a tan jacket, looks like gray or black pants, and white shoes.
He's
Did
driving
he
up
arrive on
I don't know
foot or
what
in a
he's
car?
doing. He's wasting time.
On foot, he hopped the fence.
Oh my god.
All right, let's go ahead, guys.
This is like a killdozer. Oh, twisted.
Shots fired. Freaking blast him, dude.
What was his plan? What was his plan?
He went to go to the local 7-Eleven, get some cigarettes. What are you talking about? It's like,
Oh my
Damn.
god! What an
crazy.
idiot!
Oh, look, we can see the cop car that's gonna get smashed.
He must be like high or something.
Yeah. That's the power of drugs.
You'd be surprised. There was a bunch of like kids where I live who they stole like a cement like flatbed truck.
Really?
Yeah, and they just drove it around the neighborhood and just like left it. But it's just a bunch of like kids who were like probably on weed or something. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, equipment like tractors
Here
and
it
stuff
comes.
is very easy to
Go,
steal.
Londo! Right.
Holy crap. Did you see he lowered the digger as well to like get in there? Crazy.
This. This is a ponytail patrol too.
He's coming right on my patrol vehicle.
You should have like your shotgun
You
out.
should have moved the guy.
Hey, stop! Stop now! He's coming at me. Stop!
Yeah, you're right. It is a chick.
Get on the ground!
It is a chick. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Useless.
That's what I'm saying. They should have moved the vehicle out of the way. Now it's going to cost like 70 grand to wreck this.
Oh dear. Shots fired.
Slowly climb out of the bulldozer. Go down those steps. And get down on your
Get
knees.
out of the killdozer.
You understand? Let's go. From there, I'll be
No English.
Damn. But, all right, you guys. He said no English. All right, you guys. I'll be live at 5:30 tomorrow. I mean, at 5 o'clock tomorrow, guys. This whole week, 5 o'clock p.m. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here, starting late. And, yeah, guys. Take it easy.
Okay, bye.